Yes, people, big up on yourself. Welcome back once again to another live stream. Alongside me is the man himself, Gunnaz, Dicanio from the Gunnaz YouTube channel. First of all, what more start off with today, right? Seeing that we have a lot of things to talk about. Walk me through that draw against who was it? Brentford? No, Wolves. My bad. Wolves over the weekend.
Yeah, I can't walk you through nothing, brother. You see, them man them already, dog. Arsenal is just a constant disappointment, dog. Constant disappointment, eh. Right now, I'm just numb to everything, bro. So when I walk you through shit, brother, I Reggae Boyz when they have to talk about Jamaica.
No, but we can't jump in it so quick.
Yeah,
Was it?
no,
It was.
here,
Hold on. It was over the weekend, don't? I did over the weekend.
yeah, dog.
Or since week.
I don't even know, so let me try to show you, brother.
I your team number. You have to remind the people them, you know. You have to
Bro, I'm
remind
not
them.
follow Arsenal no more, dog. Me I tell you, dog. When Arsenal play, I just remember an hour before match when lineup send notification. Me even one time used to love Arsenal, so till me I post lineups, me I do everything, dog. You see me? Me I download every picture. No, dog, right now, brother, Arsenal we are playing, me not know until an hour before. Me I watch them, you know, but I'm not invested in Arsenal no more, dog.
So in terms of the rest of the season, you see Arsenal. I could say them now in the Premier League, but then win the Champions League. How do you view Mikel Arteta? Like, you still want him for next season because
viewing
people.
that, like here.
No, listen up. People normally ask the question: what is the most important trophy in each season, the Champions League or the Premier League? Me say, would rather my team win the Premier League than the Champions League. You see me? So in your eyes, if they win the Champions League and say win a FA Cup or the Carabao Cup against City, you still want him next season?
Yeah, why not? A trophies though. At the end of the day, if the man win Champions League, him stay that he may have win nothing else. Arsenal never win a Champions League yet.
No, them never win one.
Exactly. So if the man win Champions League, him stay at the club. If him win Premier League, him stay at the club. If him win FA Cup and Carabao Cup, him stay at the club. If him don't win nothing, or if him only win Carabao Cup, him gone. If him win two domestic cup like Carabao and FA Cup, it would have been a disappointment, but still something tangible for the season, right? Liverpool under Klopp, they have one of everything. But though Klopp did win one Premier win, he win one Champions League, he win one Carabao Cup, he win one of everything, right? So if we go this season and win 2 cup trophy, him keep him job, dog. I just suffer balls.
I mean, but at what point does he leave in terms of not winning the Premier League? I mean, you see Arne Slot come in first season, win the Premier League, and then you have Mikel Arteta for what, 4 seasons straight. This season might make 4 seasons straight where him not succeed in winning the trophy. So at what point, as a fan, you say Arteta, you have to leave the club?
You answer wrong, man, dog. I just tell you.
No, you're a fan, but just ask you, like, what you think? If you would have been in the board's position,
just tell you. I just told you, if the man win a cup double, him keep him job. If he win a Champions League only, him keep him job. If he win Premier League only, him keep him job. If he win Carabao Cup alone, him lose him job. So if he win Carabao Cup alone, him lose him job. If him don't win nothing, what do you think with that? You must lose him job to that. I simple common sense that, bro. I need to spell out everything.
But listen, people, welcome back once again to another live stream. Today is what, Friday. We have so many things to talk about. Kaheim Dixon, Renaldo Cephas, Shamar Nicholson. Rumor on the street is that these 3 attacking individuals will not be selected for the March window by the interim head coach, or he would say head coach for 2 games, Rudolph Speid. Not really sure what the difference is. I mean, you see the difference in terms of the position. He's adamantly stated on Oral Tracy's radio show that he's the head coach for 2 games and not interim head coach. Like, why is he trying to differentiate between the two?
It's a job with the dog being one, bro. So if the man finally get a job when being one, I could have one game him do it for the man. I make it clear, say, oh brother, talk to me the right way. Is it I coach this dog or interim?
Yeah. Also, we're going to talk about Dujuan Richards and his loan spell so far at Leicester City. I think Dujuan has played 2 games, played an extended period of time in the game against Southampton in the FA Cup, posted a highlight, and obviously people have difference in opinion when he came on when he came onto that specific performance against Southampton, right? I think it was a pretty decent performance. Obviously, a much more improved performance from his first game, which was his debut, right? Leicester City went down 10 men. Unfortunately, Bobby Reid picked up a straight red card. And honestly, I think Whisper found himself in a very fortunate position that the coach and the King still brought him on. Them could have easily just put on a defender and say, no, we could just sit back, stay compact, or whatever the case is. But they brought him on. Had about 4 touches in that game. Really and truly didn't do anything. So that performance against Southampton in the second game, since going on loan, was a better performance from Whisper. Even in the I think it was the 90th minute, almost scored a goal as well. Just cleared off the line by the defender. And we have a ton of stuff I want to talk about more. But starting off, right? And we'll see Owen in the comment section. More start off very strong with the Jamaica Premier League, PFJL. Owen Hill, Chris Williams, right? Because people, at this moment in time, some bullshit are going in Jamaica pertaining to the PFJL, JPL, and the YouTubers. I'm not gonna call name Bomb Sports, right? Knockings them. Who will stream JPL game?
Yeah.
Infomedia, JamPL, all these different respective YouTubers, right? And the man then put out a press release today, and the press release reads, official notice, Professional Football Jamaica Limited, PFJL, holds the exclusive broadcast and media rights to all Jamaica Premier League matches. It states no recording, no live streaming, no rebroadcasting, no uploading match footage, strictly prohibited without written authorization. Match tickets grant injury, not broadcasting rights. Violations will be removed from the venue, banned from future matches, subject to legal action. If you are sharing unauthorized content, cease immediately and remove it. Watch only via official broadcasters and platforms, JPL TV, YouTube. Essentially saying that the games will be shown on the Jamaica Premier League YouTube channel. Now, Dicanio, you know, say BAM Sports, them, especially BAM, is a pivotal figure in the Jamaican football space when it comes on to transfers and news on YouTube platform and on Instagram as well. And very vital in terms of showing the games in the last couple of weeks when the Bush League in the JPL didn't have any broadcasters, right? To the point where they owed the company that was broadcasting the games, right? What is your take on this thing with them, I guess, enforcing and a ruling saying that the YouTubers or anyone shouldn't stream the games or publish any footage without written authorization? What do you make of that?
Bro, first of all, it's rubbish. I don't agree with it at all for one specific reason. The PFJL, right? They're a set of MOFOS that are all barred, right? I remember a year and a half ago, Owen Hill came out and he spoke about this grand plan, 5-year plan or 10-year plan that he had for the league. You remember the one?
Mm-hmm.
But they must say more ship out 5 to 10 players every season minimum. But they might talk about him try to improve the professionalism of the league and all of that. Now, since he's done that interview, the league could not look any more unprofessional. So a man come out in an interview and said, this is what we want to do, and this is where we want this league to go. And after the man come out in an interview and say that, the league start go so. Instead of go so when they want to go, it start go so. In every regard. Now, I do a video the other day from YouTube channel. I talk about what a professional league is and why the Jamaica Premier League is not a professional league. It's a semi-professional league. And a man look at me and tell me, say, my facts wrong. FIFA sees the JPL as a professional league. Okay. FIFA sees the JPL as a professional league or recognizes JPL as a professional league. But what is the definition of a professional league? A league that is able to attract a whole lot of sponsors or sponsorship to carry it through. A league that is able to pay its players well or pay its players to a professional standard so they don't have to work double life and do 2 jobs to live. Right? A league that can pay their referees. And we've seen that referees go on strike because they now get paid. A league that has professional broadcasting. These are the things that we come to expect from any professional league. And I'm not talking about a top 5 league in Europe or a top 6 league in Europe. I'm talking about just a standard league. It could be a Serbian league. These are things that we expect to be the bare minimum. Now, we're talking about specifically broadcasting now. So let me just narrow down to that point. But we just don't have to show the broader point as to why it's a semi-professional league and why it's on a downward trajectory. You see? So when we narrow in now on the broadcasting. As it relates to the broadcasting, they had Sportsmax. And for the past few seasons, Sportsmax has been improving their quality. And Sportsmax has also been doing well as it relates to the different angles, commentary, RIP to Donald Oliver. But apart from Donald Oliver, me and him have beef, but even Legendary Williams has been coming up, so I can give him
Yeah, Legendary Williams have beef?
Yeah, me and the dog have beef, man, but a separate thing. I still can give dog him recognition. You see it? I even him come up and him a do him thing, right? So there's this standard of broadcasting from the Jamaica Premier League that us as Jamaica Premier League fans have become accustomed to. And not only the fans, but even the players. The players expect a certain amount of games to be televised. The players know say after the games them televised, them can go yasso and then can get them clips and do them clips together if they want to go college or if they want a club to look at them. Them can have the clips and them can upload it on the scouting worldwide platform where the whole agent them use. See? So that is the standard. May I finish up now? But that is the standard that we are all accustomed to as players, fans, all as stakeholders of the Jamaica Premier League. Now, fast forward to this season, Sportsmax is out of it. Sportsmax made this announcement that, yo, they're not going to be streaming anymore. They're out of service. And they made it months in advance before the Jamaica Premier League is supposed to start. Am I correct? So now, we have to look at the PFJL and look at what their succession plan is. If you say that you want to be on this upward trajectory and you have everything set in place to be where you want to be in the next 5 years, you have to tell me, say, you have all of those key aspects in place and have a succession plan for those key aspects. You have to tell me, say, one of them key aspects they can be faulty or something can happen to it. And then all of a sudden, your plan where it up just gone to boom. That don't make no sense, bro. So they should be ashamed. So they must depend on YouTubers that obviously are learning on the job. And obviously, as much as I appreciate them, are not up to the standard that we have expected this Jamaica Premier League to be and the broadcasting that we have expected to see. Right? So they have to take accountability. And now they have to come out and say, oh man can't post highlights. Yeah, step on Jean-Pierre food. Jean-Pierre has done a wonderful job of actually keeping the interest up. Because a lot of Jamaica Premier League fans, especially since them Sportsmax stop show, them couldn't care for watch the stream them, right? Unless them really and deeply attracted to a club. Like how me attracted to racing. And even though me attracted to racing, sometimes me watch the stream them, I just can't, because that is just not the standard. You see me, the football don't struggle and the football don't try to get somewhere where we want it to be acceptable. So you can't, me I talk about nothing. So you can't have too much things and hold it down when that is the main thing. You see me, bro? So them come on and talk about, so them want to ban YouTuber from this, them want to ban people from do this and ban people from do that. Them are going to stifle a whole heap of youths. Think about the ball of them. We used to have them clips and them coverage where them could have get from the YouTuber, them not gonna have that no more. And then they are so friggin' selfish. Them now come with quality, them come with One Love TV, where thousands of fans are complaining, say I rob them. Say them a show Sunday games and I take people in $9.99 or $5.99 and now show the Sunday games. Right? It has been a mess. Where's One Love TV now? Them say One Love TV are gonna be the main broadcaster. When you look, you hear say TVG are gonna be the main broadcaster. Then when you look, none of them now broadcast. Then when you look, YouTubers them step in and try to make people like this be able to see something. And that is why I will never bash any of these YouTubers. Because the standard of broadcasting should not be up to them. They must do something to make sure, say, this football and the interest of the football is still there, still in the atmosphere, is still being broadcasted and shown to the fans of the Jamaica Premier League. They have been carrying the burden that the PFJL have left behind, right? So now that you have to punish them for whatever reason, because you're bad mind, and if you're noticing at the press conference, they might talk about because it's being monetized, right? And the money them know say people are make from it now, and then all of a sudden it become a problem. Because I assure you, if they need a stream it and nobody get no bag of views, and they never hear about no money where to make, they would have a problem with it. But now, the YouTuber, them do them thing, they might pick up a slack to an alright level where people can still maintain interest in this damn league. And then you want to bash the YouTuber then. Not even highlights. You ever tell a man say a man can't make highlights, bro? So suppose a man want to make a highlight for all a player. We perform well in our game. If a player can get it on our post from YouTube and link that to a scouting website. You tell me say a player can't go do that then. Suppose the player channel they monetize too. You say they might have a zero tolerance approach. So you can't, if you have a zero tolerance approach, you can't pick and choose who you want to condemn. You know? If a player have a monetized channel and a player want to post in clips from your stream, then strike him channel too. Strike YouTubers too. Strike anybody else who use Jamaica Premier League content. Brother, they are a bunch of buffoons. I'm not talking about the YouTubers, as I said. They have been helping to keep the interest. But at the end of the day, if we are talking about the quality of broadcasting from what Sportsmax was doing, and we're talking about the upward trajectory that PFJL said that they wanted to go on, and we are looking at what we have right now in what the YouTubers are doing to keep up the interest, it is on a downward trajectory. The quality has gone down. You see me? So that's why I'm going to say, oh, these people are absolute mofos. They are dinosaurs. And even if you have to ask people to pay a subscription on a monthly basis on One Love TV, you think you can ask people to pay $9.99 per month press up to watch too much, and then sometimes the too much them even a show dog, and you can't even pick which match you want to watch. Bad man will pay about $13.99 or $15.99 for Disney Plus subscription, so we can watch all of the leagues in the world. And not only football, we used to watch UFC, we can watch basketball, we can watch NFL, we can watch whole heap of different sports for my $13.99 a month when we pay Disney Plus. Plus, we can watch movies and series. That is the level, and that is what $13.99 should be able to get you. These dinosaurs who are operating broadcasting now, and you could pay $9.99 for 2 games. And they would even say, make them go put in the work and do exclusive content. Look how Sky Sports partner with the Premier League clubs and other different broadcasting agencies partner with the Premier League clubs. Figure we interviews with players every week. Give we interviews with managers every week. Give we interviews with club owners. See? They are constantly getting this for the money where they might pay. I'm going to pay a similar amount just in a Jamaica. And I pay for too much. Sometimes you can't even see or sometimes you might even want to watch. That is the level of thinking when I show you say the money I don't have, bro. I'll be a dinosaur there in the space, dog. Be a dinosaur control them broadcasting companies, yeah, bro. And PFJL. Them not think of ways to make people money worth the while. See?
Yeah. I mean,
let me try to show you bad man.
I mean, we can safely say, me never rate Owen Hill them from day one still, isn't me? I think Owen Hill in specific do a lot more talking than putting actions into place, isn't me? I say, and I would safely say that in the last year or 2, and even 3, I think that Knockins and Bam Sports and Jampil and all these guys, I think they have done more for the league in terms of publicizing the league, in terms of I see them create like team of the week. I see them create all these different stuff. I see them post a lot of clips on Instagram, as in, you know, some tackles sometimes, just certain stuff, and them ask questions. Them get the people commenting and engage on all them different respective things there. See me I say. So I think in terms of that, they have done a lot more than what the Jamaica Premier League has done to some extent. And I think really and truly, these individuals that are in the positions at the JPL and PFJL. I think they're a bunch of lazy people. And I say that proudly and safely. When you look at the YouTube channel for the Jamaica Premier League, right? If you take this video that was 3 months ago, I mean the last video that they would have posted, excluding the one from 3 months ago, was 1 year ago. You know what I'm saying? Something with Rodolfo Zapata, the coach of or the former coach of Montego Bay United. You know, really see no interesting videos in terms of goals of the week or saves of the week. You know, see nothing were really interesting where as a fan of the Jamaica Premier League, I can really say, you know, I'm gonna go sit down and watch this in comparison to what they do in the MLS or Premier League or La Liga. Not to say that everything has to be on that level, but I think they could do a bit more. And even if you look over the live section, um, other than the couple games that them stream in recent days, the last time them show videos or did anything that was live related was 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I think they could be doing a lot more in terms of piquing the interest of people. And Owen Hill and one of all these people talk about the fact that they want people invest in the league. I think one way in terms of investing in the league is making it commercial, having a commercial value on the league. And by doing that, you have to put the product out there and people will invest. You know how bad it be, people? I think this season, this is now the 25-26 season, none of the team them now have a new jersey. How can you operate a league where a new season there's no new jerseys for the team? The JPL is bad to the extent where even on the official app, for one, them not get the goal scorers right for most of the time. And second of all, sometimes them get the league table wrong. So the people them with them employ to keep track of these things, obviously them not do them job properly in terms of keeping track of who score the goal them in the game and put down the rightful name, and them not keep good track of the points tally, or is either the app bad or something poorly designed. I don't know. You see me I say? So I think them have to fix up in that sense. But I as I safely say, knockings them on them Monday. I think they have done a lot for the league in recent years compared to what Owen Hill and these guys have done. And I think the nail in the coffin for me, Dicanio, when you come on to the PFJL, is the mere fact say them did owe the referee them last season. How can you operate a league where you need a referee or referees and you owe the referee them, and until the referee them come out and make up nice when you pay the people them? I don't understand that. And this is what I'm like with Jamaica, or not even a Jamaica thing, it's a people thing to people, because people have this nasty habit where for example, I lend Dicanio money and I'm supposed to pay me back next week Friday, and he might try to go around me. You see me? So the referee them do them job, them even spend out of them pocket, and the PFJL supposed to reimburse them, and it take months until the man them have to come out and say, yo, we're not ref no more game. I don't understand how you operate a league like that. And all of a sudden, when the man them come out the canyo, and then the man them find money for pay the man them. It shouldn't take for the referee them come out one by one and say, oh, Ray, if you pay the man them the money, them think they're right, bro. Remember, say the man them have family and stuff for feeding, them have picnic for send go school. These are not like teenage referees where say them just cock up at them and do them parents and them just go school and them get lunch money and them type of thing. There, you see me? These are grown adults. You see me? So I think them have to do better in that sense. And in terms of them having this official press release where YouTubers can use them content and whatever the case is, I think it's a bad thing. I think YouTubers, for one, to cover more scope of the league. So I think they could have formed something where them work in accordance with the YouTubers them and have a contract with them or whatever the case is. You see me I say if you have a split revenue or something, then you do that. You see me I say them collect this a percentage, you collect this a percentage. So I just think that is my opinion on it. Danny Dread, big up yourself. Danny Dread, I say yes, Presser. Prefer you this way more than when you are reading. Big up yourself, Danny Dread. James Jackson said too much truth coming out from YouTubers. Errol, big up yourself. Sending love from Japan. Big up. Kevin Hart said Chris Smith left and took the league with him. Torres said they were genuinely trying to push the league. Yeah, definitely. Issa, big up yourself. The YouTubers are the ones that make the league relevant. No cap. Yeah, definitely. What do you think about what Issa said in terms of the YouTubers making the league relevant?
Bro, it's just the truth. There's no debating that. You bring that go court, you lose. Right?
Yeah.
There's just no debating that who else is pushing. Bro, you go on the JPL with Instagram page right now. It's plain. Look at what social media management of leagues is like right now. It's funny, it's witty. It's even poking into some of the clubs then, because sometimes Premier League they themselves on their main Instagram page will troll clubs in a subtle manner, right? That is what it takes to make sure that you are relevant. Clubs are doing it. You look on TikTok or Instagram right now. Which one I which one I think in our world of one I best admin them? You look on Borussia Dortmund. People follow Borussia Dortmund just because of them admin. Just because of the post of the admin they make. You have one club name must be Red Star Belgrade. We play in our league, we don't even know them playing. I know the club, but we don't even know which league them playing now. And they have one of the hugest, one of the biggest followings on TikTok in our football community because of why.
You know which other club funny to Zenit.
Exactly, bro. Zenit. Look on Zenit. Nobody now watch Russian league, but guess what? They earn revenue from social media. We have to help the league. Why? Because them have admin them invest in social media management. Zim, and it now take you to pay somebody anywhere between 50 to 100 grand a month just for backside work on social media. I see Quantum Concepts want a social media what they want tech company in a Jamaica offer tree, and them pay 100 grand a month. You have them say PFJL can't find 100 grand, tell them can't pay them referees. So you have them say you can't find anywhere between that to pay one good social media manager, to pay people to go out there and actually record the games. Why you go bash a man for do a job what you supposed to do if you can't do it to the same standard minimum? And that is when we have a problem with. You see, if PFJL that say, all right, we are coming, we are take over, we are going to do all of this what you are do, YouTubers and more, then we can't say nothing about that. As it's your content, as you say, you have the license to your content. So as long as you are giving what we don't get from people where I try to do a thing, we don't have a problem with that. But you have to come in and the quality is going to be lesser. Or not up to the standard of what we expect you to do as a professional organization. Right?
But one more I know, right? Them say if you violate, or it said violators will be removed from the venue, banned from future matches, and subject to legal action. The one that stick out to me is banned from future matches, right? I mean, Jamaica Premier League have the technology for ban nobody from the future game. I like Premier League where toasting camera and you have facial recognition and them type of things.
Them can, because every security have to see. You can just tell a security say, oh, don't let in the brother.
Yeah, security never remember them on the face there.
Your league is nuts. You need to think about banning people, dog. Get your
bro, security now remember them on the face, brother, will commit a violation. They trust me.
As I said, dog, just get your house in order. And that them supposed to think about.
Yeah.
To get them house in order. Instead of
so again, no recording, no live streaming, no rebroadcasting, no uploading match footage, strictly prohibited without written authorization. Match tickets grant entry, not broadcasting rights. Let me ask you this. In England, the broadcaster them not pay, like, obviously, them not pay for going to give them. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think them pay. I mean, them already, Sky Sports and all these people already give them big money for broadcast the game, which you bring big money for the Premier League club them, because how much them get from broadcasting revenue each season? How much each team get? Like 100 million or something like so?
Millions of dollars.
Yeah, isn't it?
No,
so,
I don't know still separately. I don't know. But millions they make up, right?
But the next thing I want to move into now, right? I want to talk about Dujuan a little bit, because I've been to post some highlights and the people that might react to it and whatever the case is, right? And honestly, Semi is or can be a very harsh individual, but towards Whisper since him go on no, I'm not really harsh on him. As I say, but I see some very harsh comments from some people, and it kind of make me think, say, yo, them not even watch the game to understand the context of his performance, or them not understand, say, Whisper is not really the person or the player where people think he is. So I'm not going to really perform to the level where them expect. In terms of Whisper loan spell so far, played 2 games, one against Birmingham City, came on as a substitute despite Leicester being 10 men down. Never really did nothing much against Southampton. I think you watched that game when he come on and play about 30-something minutes. What do you think about the performance against Southampton in that game? And what do you think is the future of Dujuan moving forward after this loan spell?
As I mentioned to you off here, his performance, right now Leicester not playing no ball, but his performance was something that Leicester should look at and decide to give him more game time at. 4, right? Because right now Leicester has a bunch of players that are run up and down, them look flashy, but they have no end product. They have no substance, nothing to finish off running down the wing. Them find themselves in tight spots when it come time for shoot. It just seems like that's on scrimmage ball. What we have 99 dribbling and no shooting or no finishing or no football like you. When Whisper come on the field the other day, you look on Whisper and say, all right, in positioning good, in awareness good, in pick the passes them well, in come on, plat, give way across the box when maybe they should have put away, but because him depend on him heels, because he not have high IQ, he's just a player who just want to run up and down and understand so there are different phases in a game where you need to prepare upon and always upon your toes. Him not score the goal, right? Whisper come on and look more threatening, actually doing something to impact the game, as opposed to man where they're for 60, 80 minutes a game, right? He almost scored at the end of the game right before the 90th minute, right? Good knocking at the ball, good switches of play when he have the chance to do that. So just a player where you want to see a player more minutes, just like when we see him play in a Reggae Boyz, right? And we are saying, yo, look at the quality of this player. He make the right decisions always. Him take on him player. Him not play in a Grealish football at Man City and just turn back. But I take that off my screen about man and just that you play. All right. And just turn back the football. You see me? Him try to keep the football when it's necessary. Him try to play forward passes when necessary. Him hold up the ball. Look at him right there, so. Hold up the ball, pick him pass. He doesn't seem rushed. Enough players lose the ball there, so. Almost score a goal. It's cleared off the line. You now see them type of things here from the wingers them that they're currently playing with. Right? Look at his movement. Look how them up here send players to go towards him. 3 players that suck on to him, you know. Right? I think they just need to give him more minutes and play him with the right set of players. And also give the man the ball early. That was the main factor in that Southampton game. They never give the man the football early. Look at this chance. Whip into the box. Maybe they depend on him heels. Right? The man fear run and a soar. You have to run from the attacker. Run and a soar and jump over and put the ball in the net. Zine, the dog depend on him heels. Right? Look at this switch of play. Cut in for the man, switch and play. This man fear comes to boops, I take the ball and I push the ball down the line to go create a chance in striker. So Leicester City's team right now, look at this play. The man come on and him have good touches for the little bit of time when get off a good shot, a shot that was blocked. Right? He's clearly a danger man. Somebody where play like them have some sense of football and IQ, being one of the youngest players on the football pitch. So the guy just needs to get more game time. And the guy need for the man need to start playing to his strengths. Give the man the ball early. That player with them signing name. When name? Keep on forgetting name, dog. When name, dog? Presser.
Makasa or something like that.
Makasa or whatever. Yeah, Makasa. He's a talented player, you know. But him and Whisper play too similar. You know, like how you have Odegaard and Saka. For Arsenal, where Odegaard will be more reserved and create passes and them just link well together. Mavidi is a man who want to occupy that Whisper's one. See it? Not Mavidi. Makasa or whatever that one. He want to occupy the Whisper's one. He want to take on players like how Whisper take on players when that's not his job. His job is to give Whisper the ball so Whisper can create or go score or give Whisper a shot creating action. Play a Whisper through so the man can kick a shot at goal. That is his job. Zine, so them man they need to sort out them chemistry. Because if the two of them man they can sort out them chemistry, Leicester City will play wonderful football because they're 2 talented young players. Zine. So that is why it kind of bun me say Bobby Reid get the red card one day, because if Bobby Reid did on Whisper side, that they would have more compliment them one another. Because Bobby Reid now going to the one ball dribbling and running up and down. Bobby Reid will get the ball, he might go turn, and he might go give Whisper the ball early so Whisper can do him thing.
You think is a respecting in terms of going on one team and you're new and it's like you have to earn them respect or earn them trust, because you know you can't have that.
Masaka is new as well. I mean, so I think it's just a case of 2 young players, a forward in. Masaka is the one who get the ball first because he's involved in a build-up. So if him get the ball first, he might always want to try to prove something, right?
Yeah. But
he's the one that's supposed to get the ball and give it to Whisper. So if him get the ball and I carry it to Whisper, what Whisper going to do with the space when it chunk up? If I get the ball, I lift up him head and I find Whisper, and then I make a run off the ball to get it. Or I drop shot for receive. But him I get the ball and I carry the ball to Whisper, and then I pass it on him foot so him can get it back and then attack the space when him just leave. So I think that is what the coach needs to work on if he plan to play them two together.
But no, them have a new coach. I don't think Andy King. Well, I know that he's not the coach anymore. I'm not sure if he still has a role there, but I know say one of the first team coach. Them get somebody recently. I think he used to coach Hull City, if I'm not mistaken. Might be wrong on that. I think Nick Adada tell me something about that. But it's interesting to see what his plan is with Whisper moving forward. I don't think anything will change because Andy King did done say them see him as a right winger, and I think that's how the club view him more than how Andy King view him. Andy King might have him own view upon Whisper too, but normally when a club get a player, them can have them own outlook on that individual. So I think this coach coming in will also see Whisper as a winger. And I really see Whisper as this number 9 what people talk about. I'm not thinking game develop to play with back to goal and do all that type of work. When me watch Whisper,
I'm saying game to develop, but I just don't want to see him there.
No, but me not thinking game develop to play with back to goal right now. You see me?
Look, listen to me. Eddie Nketiah game never develop and he did play for Arsenal.
I'm not talking about Eddie Nketiah. Because right now, Whisper better than Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah, example. Eddie Nketiah game never. It was a headache to watch that man. And he start football matches for Arsenal. So don't tell me Whisper can't play the Palestine Championship.
When me watch Whisper, you see me whether for the Chelsea Academy or for Jamaica, the best looking of Whisper is off that right hand side.
And I agree.
Even the Leicester game in Southampton,
player have to develop to play a striker.
And even to Issa coming,
watch
out, even to Issa coming, couple of the ball them when get more while. I say, yo, them could have just let it go earlier. You see me, I'm sorry if me that play football in the modern age, I'm on a team. Me have to go tell 1 and 2 man about them mother brother. Big man thing that cause my feelings are hurt, bro. Let go the ball earlier, especially when me know say me talented can get past players. I'm not no Anthony or no Garnacho we can't beat a defender. You see me, I say me a big baller. I know some said to the people them recently say, yo, Whisper better than Garnacho, and them I say, yo, a foolishness me attack. What you think about that? You don't think Whisper better than Garnacho?
Yeah,
big man level.
Garnacho, bro. Yes, listen to me. Yes, but football is a game where you have to do it to prove it. So if me just come right now and say, yo, Whisper better than Garnacho, no man now will take me serious. Because why? Nobody knows see Whisper play. No man knows see Whisper play big man football. Whisper now playing at the Premier League. Right? Garnacho playing at the Premier League. He might play for Argentina. He might do all of these things. So there's a level of respect that comes or is given to a player when they have done something. Whisper do nothing yet. So it's all good and well me saying Whisper better than Garnacho, but nobody now will take it serious until him actually produce the goods. When he produce the goods now, then they can say, all right, you see me, they tell you. You see it? So them type of conversation, them but give it time. I don't waste my time and energy argue about something when I know say time can solve. And time will be the master. You see me?
Yeah. In terms of Leon Bill, the recent interview recently with Aston Villa, talk about the return to the club, talk about growing up in Jamaica, the opportunity that was afforded to him for kind of, further Europe with Kyle Butler and Kirk Butler as well, and them kind of bounce around Europe for a while until them find a club where them could have settled, and then Bailey start make a name for himself in these respective clubs. And one thing where him kind of say what kind of stick out to me is that him say a lot of youths in the inner city, that's all them know. You see me? Them know a different reality outside of that. Is like they might have a talent to do something, but because of circumstances are not having the opportunity, them not get to experience certain stuff. Certain stuff for me you might experience or know about. You have certain youths not the getaway, not really understand the concept of that type of thing. And I think it was a good interview. I think Bailey has grown a lot in recent years, coming from that Jeffrey podcast. Him when him said it. I guess funny enough, him say a lot of things that come happening now pertain to the JFF and the Jamaica men's national team, and back then would he kind of beat him, maybe over the top, to be honest. But when you make that interview with Bailey, and has he matured in your eyes?
No one knows what I thought about it. I never really watch it. I just see a clip. I never watch a full interview. But regarding your question where you say if him grow, of course him grow. Everybody ever grow and mature, especially if you play to the level and that Leon Bailey is playing at now. You see it? We just want to see all of it and see if him can help we qualify. Not much more to say. But in reach a stage in career where all is forgiven, all is forgotten if he can get to the World Cup. Look at Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka did an interview the other day where I never watched that either, but I saw clips. He can look at that Granit Xhaka redemption story and come do the same thing as Jamaica. You see me? Granit Xhaka never win nothing for Arsenal other than FA Cups. Him going almost with one title challenge.
Not FA Cups, FA Cup.
Idiot, the man win FA Cups, nigga. Do your research. The man win FA Cup.
How much FA Cup you win at Arsenal?
The man win FA Cup under Wenger.
That's how long him did it. You.
They talk about dog. The man win FA Cups, dog. So the man win FA Cup and him challenge for a couple titles. You see it? But guess what? He's still a fan favorite despite playing 5 years of shit and 2 years wonderful. See? So that alone shows you.
I think he's a fan favorite because of the poor mentality of the Arsenal fan base.
Dog, what is wrong with this idiot, dog? It's not only poor mentality, brother.
No, I think it's a poor mentality because a man
I think shut up your thinking more.
No, listen.
Man will turn around in fortunes, brother. You have to tell me about
no, Xhaka has had more bad seasons at Arsenal than good. So
he's a man will turn around in fortunes, bro. He is one of the man them where they're in the slums and they're when we actually did get good again. So if him did in the slums and he did it and was pivotal to us being good again. Granit Xhaka there now you see in our Emirates era, one of the best seasons, our best seasons of football we ever play, they in the Granit Xhaka era there. When we did wear the coloured striped jersey. When we challenge City and miss out on about 2 points in the season before Declan Rice forward.
That's when Ramsdale did just forward.
That's when not just forward. The season half-time forward.
Oh, okay.
You see me? This season they were
the season with the 5-1 from West Ham when he beat
jersey, bro. When Zinchenko just come and Jesus just come. This season they dog. That's my best football that play. And at this season they rejuvenate him career in a more box-to-box role. You see it? And up to now, Arsenal fans still think they want to replace Granit Xhaka. You see it? So don't want this the man just because he's not a fan favorite. The man put in the work and put in the effort. He might never win nothing major. Him leave and go win something major. So if Arsenal for win something now, him leave and go win something major and we continue off the effort we input in and win something. So it's a win-win situation. Don't like you want this fans them over Xhaka dog.
What do you think about Boston was coming?
That are you concerned that they will play the players they bought instead of a lone player based on his position, blah blah blah. I don't think so, bro, because at the end of the day, Whisper better than the right wing. And if they want to stay up and if they want to get points from the board, eventually you can't continue to play losing players. Them not sign nobody for play right wing other than Whisper. The Masaka youth is an attacking midfielder. Zine is just that in light occupy wider spaces, but he's still an attacking midfielder. And Whisper better than the next brother, the short black brother they want to see a play. So eventually them want to win matches.
Who that? The US score with you?
Who that they are talking about?
The UN name will start with M, not Macassar. The next one.
In score what you that means say you have to go if you
score. Whisper better than me. I eat that, brother.
Whisper better than the brother.
Whisper
is not a pass and full lead. I'll be a pass and full lead.
Maybe you catch the man from a bad day.
I'll be a pass and
bad day, but the man. You catch the man from a bad day, bro.
I'll be a pass and full lead.
Not better than the man, bro. I know you attack. Him scoring at the game where Whisper.
I know same score.
Come on, you know.
Don't tell me that just because him score meaning good. Them still lose the football match. Well, apart from the goal when score, why else him do the game then? Me did watch the game too, you know.
Yo, me say get the man from a bad day, bro. You know which game scoring at the game where Southampton come back, I believe him did score. One of them game there. Either the debut game for Whisper or the Southampton game. But Whisper is not better than that man, bro. Yo, up to couple seasons ago, man, they're Leicester best player.
So Whisper better than Mabidi.
Watch now.
So Whisper better than Mabidi. The number 10.
Watch now.
So answer my question then, no?
I don't remember who name so.
The number 10 that plays left wing. You know my video what they did with them in the Premier League and them get relegated?
No, I mix him up. Let me tell you who's one.
Him fast, him skill, but the dog now have the end product. Yo, bad man, Kevin, just easy yourself like a two bridging this a reason upon a live show, you know. So if me tell him man flush up him thinking more, that just bridging that means I'm more sting. I'm gonna need to apologize that I'm bridging me a chat to that.
Mavidi.
So,
Yeah, which one better than Mavidi? Yeah, I'm
Mavidi them already that.
How would Mavidi score? Remember when Leicester that challenge to come back in the Premier League, you know? Mavidi that one of them best player, bro. So which one show me nothing for saying better than Mavidi?
So which one show you saying better than Garnacho? You say your points him corrupt.
Yeah, of course.
Garnacho is a Premier League proven player.
I don't know about the proving.
He's a Premier League player.
But listen,
he's played for 2 big 6 clubs. So you gonna say Whisper better than a Premier League proven player, but you're not willing to accept Whisper better than a championship player.
Me say,
is Mavidi better than Garnacho?
Yeah,
brother. Yo, go switch topic.
Me tell the people, you know, someone just lucky if you're born in a Europe, brother.
Exactly, Nigos. So that may I show you Nigos, may I try to point it out, may I try to show up the man point, because personalized here telling me say Whisper is better than Garnacho, but he's not ready to concede that Whisper is better than Mavidi. Garnacho is a Premier League player that has played for 2 big 6 clubs, and Mavidi has gotten relegated
for 2 big 6 clubs.
Mavidi has gotten relegated for Leicester, and he's currently fighting relegation now in the Championship as a starter.
But again, playing for 2
you're willing to concede that Whisper is better than a proven Garnacho that played for 2 big 6 clubs. But you're not ready for saying better than a below average championship.
Bro, you know, so you have players in the championship but better than players who play in the Premier League. You know that, don't you?
I don't care. We are talking about facts. We're Garnacho play. As much as Manchester United let him go, who buy him? And an idiot club buy him. It's not an idiot club buy him. People make idiot buy every day, brother. It's not an idiot club buy him. Them clearly see something in him. Why never buy Mavidi? Them play the same position.
As me I said.
No, why never buy Mavidi? Him play the same position.
One club can't buy everybody, brother. One club can't buy everybody.
Instead, if Mavidi is the star, that is better than both Whisper and Garnacho, right? Because you just said Whisper is better than Garnacho, and you said Mavidi is better than Whisper. So you are then saying that Mavidi is better than Whisper and Garnacho. Exactly. So based off that notion, why didn't Chelsea buy him if he's this exceptional
player? As we said, them can't buy everybody. You so much people them buy. The one more them can buy.
Garnacho, why didn't they buy him? But not them to buy everybody.
No, more on talk about Rudolph Speid. Been a make the rounds recently upon the media. Been a make the rounds recently upon the media. See him over Oral Tracer show. See him upon not knocking show. King. Ball pre-TV recently. I know say I never watch that. I never watch all of it. It was 3 hours long, but I catch some parts of it. But I'm sure now say you did listen to the Oral Tracer show?
I get the chance to listen to everything.
Brother, from where you're not listening in the dog, like sitting around with the ears, brother, your Wi-Fi.
You just watch little.
What I try to say is, you don't have to watch it, because I know say intelligent, but when you make this Rudolph Speid thing and, you know, the Martinique game are followed up and then the 2 games or potential 2 games in March, because they have to beat New Caledonia first before they can play Democratic Republic of Congo. What you make of the recent rounds on the media?
Bro, the games are just there to get these JPL ballers some international experience and give them a confidence boost, right? I think the selections are fair. With Raheem Edwards getting a call up, he never get a call up last time around, and he's been the better out of the 2 strikers from Mount Pleasant of late. So him actually a play better than Warner Brown, in my opinion. And the stats could show that as well. There's Tajay Grant from Racing. Both he and Michael Ellis have been carrying Racing this season and being the main goal scorer. So that is another deserved call-up. So, yeah, bro, it's not something that we have to take anything major from and say, all right, some of them players can make it to the main team in a match. I don't think that is what these camps are for, right? Right now, these camps are just preparing Rudolph Speid for test out some tactics. Obviously, it isn't with the quality type of players that we're going to expect to see, but him can't just go in at cold feet. So with cold feet, the man have to go in there with at least some level of international experience, and you're not going to get international experience before an international window from any big team. So if you can get it from Grenada and you can get it from Martinique, then him just have to just take what him can get. the players them are going to earn a couple caps from the Grenada and Martinique game. That can help them potentially in the future if they need to secure a contract. It's rewarding the local based players for a job well done so far in the season. So that's all you have to take from it, bro. You can't really take much. I don't think there are many players, if any, that are going to be a part of the main squad come March. Is it? So yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm already appointed as the will refer to him as the interim head coach. I don't know him get this head coach thing from, but as the interim head coach, I'm then appointed already. And you know, honestly, if Speed qualify for the World Cup, I'm not gonna praise it or anything. I think the mere fact that Jamaica finds themselves in this unique position is a huge failure on the program. You know what I'm saying? Just think it's a massive failure. And but it said to you, say, as the time draws closer in terms of the games and the match date, it kind of hit you more in terms of the reality. Say, yo, Jamaica never qualify automatically from the group. You see me? And it's not to say that it was a God-given thing, but like, are the best chance Jamaica ever have in them history or will ever have to qualify for a World Cup in that manner. You know what I'm saying? When the USA, Mexico, and Canada don't qualify due to the fact that they're host nations, you see me? So in terms of how the games were managed, some of the players them with Steve McLaren did start and them substitution them, him have to take blame. I think Speed have to take blame. I think the JFF most of all have to take blame because me they kind of call it out from the from the man appointed or even before him appointed. As I say, and then the Gold Cup, he make a mess of the Gold Cup, and people kind of play it down. And I'm like, bro, I think McLaren was the first coach who come to Jamaica in the last 20-some years when I make it out of the group stage of the Gold Cup. You get me, as a people? So that was a massive failure for McLaren and the program as well. And then the most damning part about this thing is when Speed say, them go to the player them after being knocked out of the Gold Cup, and the player them say, yo, we don't want him out. Brother, you can't run an organization by going to the player them and saying, yo, what do you think? We must keep McLaren or not keep him? Then man, they probably say keep him because they know so them position safe. As I say, compared to if it's a next coach for the that's like me, I run a business and me I lose money. Say me I lose $100 million a year. I'm go to the work at them, one me employ and me say to them, so what do you think? So I lose $100 million per year though. You think we must keep on? And them I go say, yeah. Them don't want to be out of a job, especially if them can't secure a next job, bro. So the mere fact that they made the decision of keeping McLaren based on what the player said, and maybe they had other things that they went off on as well in terms of maybe them say financially them couldn't sack him. But if Jamaica does miss out, listen up, I said maybe if Jamaica does miss out on the World Cup fully, then that impacts them more financially than them sacking McLaren and probably paying him off the rest of his contract. They get me, I say so.
Oh, but may I tell you, say that Scap Rudolph Speid confirmed that they had a clause in his contract saying, say, if them for sack him,
them not to pay
the contract. Them only would have potentially have to pay 1 month, like the next month, them would have to pay. But they would have to pay the entirety of the contract. So the option was here based off of what he said. So them could have sacked him.
But before you go through, right?
Move on.
I understand this, and this is why I feel like the JFF have too many mouthpieces. You get me? I say because I can remember people from the JFF saying, I think even the president say that financially them couldn't get rid of him. Them never say something within those lines.
And I that
like with the JFF, one man might say something in Rudolph Speid, and the next man might say something else. You get me?
He said that because of the question with Hal Grimson, right? I remember if it was on my interview when we did post from last year, them time, when we did interviewing before the Messi match, right? Because I asked him about Hal Grimson and what he put in place. Or if it wasn't me, it was somebody else asked. Because this man do so much interview, sometimes you remember where the information come from, right?
Yeah.
But it was one of the interviews them where he mentioned because of what happened with Hal Grimson, they make sure say them insert in a McLaren contract. Say if there's to be a sacking, them not have to pay out the rest of the contract. That is when me remember hearing from. Or if them have to pay out anything, it would have just be like it had to do with something regarding 1 month. So them have to give 1 month advance notice, or them have to pay off like 1 month more salary or some shit like that. It have to do with the 1 month scope there, or the 1 month range there. But it was very definitive, so they never have to pay out the rest of the contract then. Because them did learn from Hal Grimson. You see?
Yeah, but I'm still get rid of McLaren from the Gold Cup still. As I say, you can't go
Yeah,
exploit
dog.
them what them think.
World
Chevron,
Cup
big up
was an
yourself.
embarrassment, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Embarrassment, bro. That's one of the first World
Yo,
Cup
I know the
episodes
worst
I
part
watched
about the
today.
whole World Cup thing. We'll beat Guatemala in the last World Cup qualifying game, you see me? Then we'll play against them. I don't know who give this man the idea of playing. I know Isaac they never available for that game, but you have the bright idea of playing Damian Lowe in that game, and Damian Lowe completely exposed Jamaica's midfield. And I think Tyrese Campbell never get a minutes in that game there. I'm not sure if Burley get minutes, but Chevron, oh yeah, dude, unmute yourself. I never
Yeah,
Chevron.
yeah, man, I mean, man.
Oh, big up yourself, oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, what going on, Dicanio?
Active.
Brother, I'm book in a FIFA first thing. Can't forget that. Oh, bless up, I think I me alone play and do the whole thing, do the Jamaica thing there on FIFA, dog, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I kind of share the same sentiments as what the Canadians say regarding the two games. Come hear some persons coming out and them a bash the JFF. There was a waste of time playing the game. And I kind of look at it and say, why I can understand why you might say that, but I don't see why you bash them because the players them get an opportunity for really play. Obviously there's a disappointment and not qualifying for the World Cup, but we still can qualify, yes. But the players them out here, this is an opportunity for them to really showcase themselves. If they do well against a Grenada or a Martinique, then there's a potential for them to be seen. Not only by Mr. Speid in the future, but also potential clubs as well. Whereas we know that for the first team, majority of these players probably won't get a look in. So I don't see the big deal in bashing the JFF in that. Maybe the opposition.
Before we go forward, it goes to the question: is this program about selling players? Because
It's
that's
not
what
really about that, dog. You have to think.
Hold on.
Hold on. What
Hold on,
else?
Pressa. Why you think so? Pressa, why you think that product?
No, I mean,
what else?
All right, hold on, Pressa. You think Mr. Speid business about Mount Pleasant selling players?
I think Mr. Speid business about selling players in general. Yeah. I mean, him are the same one who say him rather sell players than qualify for your
Well,
World
that's
Cup.
not relevant to them game, yeah, bro.
No. But at the end,
that went in relevant to these specific games we are talking about. Because what else him going to spend him time do as interim head coach of the Reggae Boyz? Him already know the players and him same already know the players and when him going to select. Why not get into coaching an actual Reggae Boyz team?
Yeah.
It might not be the level that he's going to be coaching against, but keep yourself warm.
Me
Why
just ask
am
a
I
question, you know,
like-
like that's how some people would view it. But Chevron, you answer that one day?
Yeah. All right, but the thing about so we kind of get where you say I don't know if it's about selling players, but if you think that playing against a Martinique and a Grenada that make your value go up, I don't really think that I don't think that does much to a player value.
Exactly.
Because in the world of football, Grenada and Martinique, they are not any top tier teams. Once upon a time, most people would have probably believed, say, you're an all-star Manning Cup team could have probably challenged a Caribbean team. Both of those nations, they probably won't have their best players as well. So it's really a local team. And again, one of the reasons why this may be well, because people usually say you're the local player, them now get not the opportunity to play for Jamaica. Because the only time Jamaica call games are when we call the players them overseas. Now them get an opportunity to get to know people still are complain. So I just think people just love to complain. So everything will happen, then just complain about it.
But from a logical point of view, right? More run through a couple of things. So you think about the financial aspect of it, right? Surely them have to spend some money. Second of all, I don't think most of these guys will make it into the squad for March. And thirdly, the main core of the coaching staff in Miguel Coley and another individual, they have not been there for the Martinique. Well, they will not be there for the Martinique game, and they weren't there for the Grenada game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how does this work in terms of benefiting anyone for the upcoming March window? Because you say Speid said these games are being used to kind of see who him can trust or whatever the case is in terms of the coaching staff, know each other's strengths and whatever the case is. But your assistant in Miguel Coley isn't there. He will be there for March. And the other guy from Arsenal, I believe, he isn't there as well. So in terms of logically speaking, how does this aid the team for March in any sense? Like,
all right. I think a better question would be how will this affect March preparation?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you, how would this affect it? Because think about it. If you think about it, right? It's a fully new coaching staff. The only person that's coming back is Mr. Speid, and as he mentioned, he wasn't necessarily a coach. He was there to assist, not insist. So he wasn't there to coach a team or anything. That's what he said. So everybody is new to him. So this is not something you don't know. Mr. Speid is, as you're saying, maybe he wants the international experience. He wants the situation where he has better quality players around, because the only teams that he has coached would have been Cavaliers. And we can all maybe agree now that this Jamaica national team is a level above Cavaliers. These are all quality players now.
But Chevron, I don't want straight, because Jason don't want to let you off a hook. You must say, don't let Chevron ask you the better question. Answer my question now. How does this aid with Coley, the other coach, not being there for these 2 games? Most of these players will not be selected for the games in March. How does it aid in Jamaica qualifying for the World Cup? How does it look to you? Like, in what sense will it help Jamaica?
It helps Rudolph Speid.
No, but me I say, me don't want to hear about it helps Rudolph Speid. Hold on. I'm saying
he's the coach. So if him feel like say him want to keep him feet warm, him want to test out some tactics on players that might be a bit inferior to the players that he's going to be getting, right? Suppose him have this idea what the man want to implement and him want pants for see how this idea would work in a real game situation. This is the only type of simulation that he will have before we have to do the real thing.
But make Chevron answer it. Go through Chevron.
All right. I don't really want to repeat what Dicanio said, because I'm going to say, I'm just piggyback off of what Dicanio said.
That's the truth, bro.
One of the things that Mr. Speid did mention was experimenting from the Grenada game. He wants to experiment as basically with the same tactics, strategies. And as I said, these are better players. So that's one positive that I can look at there. This might not have an impact on us qualifying. And if you ask 90% of Jamaica's football fan base right now, most persons would say that they don't believe we can still qualify. So Mr. Speid is literally going in basically a situation where nobody really believes in him.
But God.
Exactly. So we are in a situation now where these games are being called. Is it ideal? No, because one thing I would want is for us to have our first team and being able to have our first team players, but we all know that's not possible due to the FIFA window. So your question, it does hold some merit, but guess what? If the coach himself says that he wants games to better ready himself for March, why not do it?
It can't hurt much, you know. What else is Rudolph Speid going to do? You want him to fly to England, go watch players who already know how them play?
I mean, the same thing. What do you mean, already know them?
He already know these players. And he did fly. You forget say he did fly out before. Or maybe nobody tell you or you never realize.
Yeah, he flew to watch the Afghan.
The man did fly out, he did watch Afghan. He did go watch even players as well, because he did there our function of FIFA Best 11. So he was flying out. Him can't just continuously fly out every minute if he have an idea what he want to simulate. There's no other way he can simulate this idea other than get an all-star team and try to put it in the closest possible context that he can try. Obviously, it's not going to be anywhere close to what March is going to be like. But it's better to do that than to sit and do nothing. If you want to test out something and you have potential, I don't want to refer to the players as pawns. So I'm not disrespect the one who say pawns. But you have pawns that you can use, right? To simulate something or test out something you want to try. Then do it. It not hurt much.
So, let me ask you this, right? In terms of the coaching staff, Miguel Coley and the other guy, Jason, if you can remember the other guy name, I think he come from Arsenal. So Speid is the only test dummy in a sense with these guys, right? Because I just want to test it out essentially. Because the main core of his coaching staff, one of them is Miguel Coley and this individual from Arsenal, and they weren't there for the game against Grenada, and they will not be there for the games against Martinique.
They were hired for the two.
No, but listen, no, it's not. No, but if you are prepared, no, but hold on.
No, hold on. You are
No,
trying
let
to
me
snark.
finish.
They
let me
were
finish.
hired for the 2 games. He was
But
hired
listen,
from December.
They were hired, but
They were hired for the 2 games. Miguel Coley, the brother, the man them hired Miguel Coley, the man them said he's going to continue with his responsibilities up until March when we're ready for
But
it.
let me just ask you this
The
question.
only person that was hired effective immediately in December was Rudolph Speid.
But what me want to know
So
is
how big
how
them
can
call them and
you?
go let them
Yeah,
walk?
but
When
me
they
want
are
ask this
pay them
question.
right
Me
now
want ask this
to
question.
come and coach a national assistant coach national
But
team.
listen,
I just logics, bro. Stop come on YouTube, come act like you're an idiot.
No, brother, but let
If
me
the man
finish
no
that a year
contracted,
logical.
if the man no contracted,
hold on, Dicanio, hold on.
Dicanio, that's your logical point of view. My question.
Bad man,
My
if you man no
question.
contracted for come
But
and coach
listen,
Reggae
my
Boyz in
question.
February,
My
you
question.
left your work before your contract
But just
start.
listen up. My
No.
question, that is separate. My question is, how can you, football is a very unique sport, right? First of all, it's a team sport. How can you assemble a team in preparation for Jamaica's biggest potential 2 games ever in our footballing history? But in preparation for those 2 games, the main core or cog of the coaching team
He's
is
testing
here for the 2 games,
tactics.
in preparing for those
He's
2
testing
games in March.
tactics. He might have an idea, and he want to see how the idea would look in a real game situation. And
Yes,
if he
so,
has
but one to the main core of the
if
coaching
he
staff.
has the ability to do that, why not do it?
But again, warm to the main core of the
Why
coaching
not do
staff.
it? Why not act like say this is something new? A year's now we play games in this type of in this part of the year. We play Trinidad twice a year, basically in this specific time of the year. For the past 3 or 4 years. This time around it's not Trinidad. This time around it's Grenada and Martinique. What is new? Nothing.
All right,
is
hold on, Pressa. So based on your argument, you're against these games being played right now, right?
Yeah.
Why?
So hold on. So you would prefer Mr. Speed going to a do or die situation with the national team with having no form of international experience?
So let me ask you a question. If
No, man,
United,
just answer. You can't answer my question with a question.
bro, me rather the man just go game and score the player them, brother. You can prepare
You
in
know, no sense,
many other
brother.
ways. But listen, let me ask this question. So if Brazil knock on Mr. Speed door right now and say, boom, you have a game tomorrow or next week for play against Argentina, am I gonna tell them say need a friendly for prepare? If United come calling tomorrow, when United call Carrick, hold on.
You
When
don't
United
like
call
use real
Carrick,
world situations.
yo, hear me
and
I
all.
say, when United call Carrick, why I'm never tell them same need practice game?
Bro, you don't like use real life situations. Which Argentine team are gonna come right now and come play against Reggae Boyz?
I'm not talking about literal Reggae Boyz. Me just
No,
give
but
an example.
you have to use real life situations. Stop say if this, if that, no.
All right, hold on, Dicanio. All right, Pressa, what is actually your objection to the game? What is your actual objection to the game?
Bro, my objection to the game is that most of these players that you're using to quote unquote prepare for the March games will not be selected.
Okay, and how does that, and again, go back to my question, how does that affect?
Answer the man question.
How does that affect the March preparation?
Negatively. How?
It's not about the March preparations. It doesn't, hold on now. It doesn't affect it. However, I think overall it's a waste of resources. That's what I'm trying to say.
You know, no sense, brother.
It's a waste of resources.
You have the resources and the amount of money I spent and get spent and everything. You have all that in front of you to know if it's a waste or just a chat off at the top of your head.
All right, sir.
This is a year.
All right, Pressa.
Past 4 years. One sec, Shaman.
Yeah.
The only thing that has changed is that we're not qualified for a World Cup now and we're going to play some serious match in a March. But apart from that, for the past 4 years, even when we have other World Cup qualifiers in this March period as well, right? We have been playing 2 games, right? We have been playing 2 games, but
no, first of all, you're not go forward
this specific part of the year.
Hold on.
The only thing, wait, I'm going to finish that. The only thing we change
let me
now
just add this,
is
because
that
I
it's not Trinidad and it's Martinique and Grenada.
No, hold on. I want you to lie to the people that know. When those coaches were coaching Jamaica and they played against Trinidad, that wasn't in preparation for no
But this
is hold on. No. That wasn't in preparation for no Copa America or no Nations League. That was to be on the ground to look at local players and essentially pick anyone where you see outstanding. So that wasn't in no preparation for
no Pressa, hold on, Pressa, I'm gonna correct you. So when the JFF had signed the contract with Trinidad, I think it was the same year that Whisper got signed for Chelsea. The JFF did come out and they said that they want to start this initiative where they have a local squad. Huh?
You're not you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they came out with a situation when they mentioned that they want to start a situation where they want to have a local squad in training. Because as we've heard Mr. Speid said that multiple times, one of the terms and contracts of whatever coach that comes in is for him to have a national camp. So these games, it's not just something that just pop up. No, it happens as Dicanio has mentioned multiple times just now. It's not the first time this has happened. It has happened multiple times over the past couple of years. So while I understand that these are World Cup qualifying years and stuff, if they were to stop it right now just because of that would mean that they are putting development of local football on the back burner. Okay, you can't stop. You can't stop development.
I can't stress it enough. The national team does not develop players.
No, I get that Presser, but international experience, getting training with the national team, going out to play. Again, this program.
Let me ask you a question. When you ask you, man.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that these are not as I'm all right. Maybe I shouldn't have used development, but what you can agree that for the past 4 years they've had a program where they've had the best players in the JPL training and then they have them play 2 games. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're right.
And so those other games as well, you found those games a waste of time as well?
Yeah.
So all right. So when Whisper made his debut, you weren't hyped up to see Whisper's debut?
Who did Whisper against again? I did Trinidad, don't?
Yes, it was Trinidad.
Hold on. No, hold on. Yes, hold on. No. First of all, if we're talking about the debut, me can safely say that Whisper wasn't. Wait a second. There was no merit for Whisper to be selected, first of all. So even though me can be hyped, because 2 things can be true, even though I was hyped to see Whisper, me can also say that the man should have never been selected, whether it was a local squad them assemble or is a big international game them play. The man should have never been in the team in the first place.
How could you say that though?
What football was Whisper play when him get selected for the Jamaica national team?
So
whether local team or big team?
It don't matter.
So it doesn't. So somebody that's not playing football. So
Shamar Nicholson.
Hold on. Shamar Nicholson right now. So let me ask you a question. Shamar Nicholson right now when you kick a ball in the ages can just.
No, we not talk about that, dog. Sometimes you have some youth in a school where football better than all JPL ball.
Yo, Jason, let me get.
All I will see and know that.
Jason,
when Maggie did play schoolboy football, Maggie was literally better than enough JPL baller.
Well, I never watch Maggie. But
exactly, you never watch JPL, so you cannot comment. That's my point.
All right, hold on. So, all right.
Let me get Jason.
You love make some loose statement.
All right.
Before 2 years ago, you barely even watch JPL, bad man. You tell me that. So, how you are going to
say that as if that's something. Hold on. You say that as if that's something.
You're not going to know.
Hold on, but you said that as if that's something like. But listen, you said that as if that's something that's damaging, brother. Who have time to watch the Bush League? Me refer to the league as a Bush League, brother.
Exactly. So why are you commenting on players who deserve to be somewhere if you don't watch it? Why are you going to comment on a local selection and say that does not move the needle for any player, brother? Local selection if you don't watch local players.
Yo, Jason,
that don't like it make sense. Bad man, stop chat out of your ass, bad man. Dicanio.
Hey, come on, man. At 2 on the show, brother. Brother, we don't need to talk before we come on the show. But on the time, I'm coming and argue like that on the show, brother.
You know, see man, man, bridging man.
We know. Them don't know, brother. Them don't know.
You see it?
We know, man.
Now the man, them make them run them show, brother. You can't say
yes, man.
Would accept it, but I just saw me and Pressure. You see it?
Boy, that tell you nobody.
Hold on, Tiga. The man who want comment on something when don't watch and say somebody don't deserve to get selected when him don't watch it at all.
So Tiga, let me ask you a question. If Jamaica, say Jamaica go play.
No, more and hold on. More and go back on the first one, the Dicanio that beat about. speed and the that's why we jump on speed and in simulators players, which they kind of make an excellent point, and it's a good way. But I'm saying Dicanio, if I'm gonna try out something, Zane, I'm gonna experiment something. Say I go, example, I'm gonna play 4-4-2 or blah blah blah, and it don't work. People gonna say in their mind, say, all right, it not work with them low grade players there. I'm not calling players them low grade. It not work with them low grade players there, but it gonna work with the high grade players. That's how you look at it. Because if you try something it work, before then can implement it coming in March,
Let me ask you a question. I would easily assume that New Caledonia and DR Congo are better quality, or is a better
opponent
quality team than
right.
Grenada and Martinique. So we say him play a 4-4-2 against Grenada and Martinique and him win. Does that mean that him playing a 4-4-2 with better quality players against playing with better quality players we might go assembly in a March against better quality players in an opponent like DR Congo means it go work either?
That's what I'm asking Dicanio.
And let me respond then. It may not mean anything.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's experience. Right? At the end of the day, if you get up and you wake up out of your bed today right now, and you have goals you want to achieve, and you don't work towards those goals in any way, shape, or form, you're not going to make no progress, But if you get up and even take a step and go outside and work towards those goals in some sort of way, you are going to be rewarded for it somewhere or another. Now, whether it's going to be rewarding for him as a coach of a national team, but yet still not going to be rewarding for the national team progressing to the World Cup, that is yet to be decided. But this is not something we want to argue about, because this is something that has consistently been happening for the past few years, and we never have a problem with it until now.
No, but that's
and
different.
I'm going to finish. I do not see it as a waste of resources, because what else is he going to do? Him already fly out. Him already go watch the national teams them who we have to play against play. Him already go and watch players in England. Him already go out and watch and fly out and actually watch the players who are potentially going to be selected. So what else would you like him to do? Sit down in his office and say, okay, I'm Paul Merrily, the national coach of the head coach of the national team. I'm not going to do anything else until March. Why not just go out there and test something?
All right, you know what? All right, fine. That is that is good. You know who not test it against? You know who not test? Hold on there, Dicanio. You know who not test that? You know who not test that? That I say I have a methodology or something I got test it. You know who not test it? I would go and test it against an African team or a team in the New Caledonian region.
Yeah, but who knows? Suppose the man them try to get something like that.
Okay. So, that's where I should test it.
Right now,
but hold on, right? Remember, the contention is not about the contention is about the games that are being played. It's a waste of time playing the games. Because regardless of anything, the players that can play now are not the players that we would all expect in March. So whosoever is being played right now, they are most likely not going to be there in March. That is what Dicanio was saying. That's what Pressa was saying. Pressa was saying that the games in now is a waste of time himself. Pressa is not talking about the quality of the opponent or nothing. He's just talking about the games himself. It's a waste of time of the game. And also now, when you come on, Mr. Speid did mention in him last interview that they tried to get Bolivia earlier up in that, and that part of the time they would have been able to have gotten a few of the players who play overseas. But that fell through because Panama came through. Panama must have outbid them or something. And so Panama got that friendly with them. Panama already qualified for the World Cup. So that looked like that was a spiteful thing. Panama never need that. And
you can tell me what they need, Chaman. What kind of something? If they make World Cup, they must push it. No, I have one point.
Probably they didn't need it. Just like making
I'm just saying that we needed it. We needed it more than them, of course, because we have two important games coming up. But what I'm really saying is that Pressa was saying something in regard that the game
when they use the local player, the man Bolivia beat you up. What's next?
No,
think
he would have.
the disgrace?
Alright, same play Bolivia, and him use him Saturday more.
No,
And him, I must
that game
okay.
would have been played
Hold
when
on,
the other
him
game
not
was
say
played. So we
that
would have
player
had
there
some of
too.
the US
Hold on,
players and stuff.
him not say that player there too slow. If me get a faster player upon the wing, but I got a better result. The one that middle not skillful. If me get a more skillful one in the middle, it don't get a better result. But if we go play against Martinique and Grenada, where the local players are much better than the methodology are way more of a try. We don't look no way at all.
When we beat Martinique and we beat Grenada and you have one of the fastest JPL man, them all you need is just faster level of a JPL player. We're playing in Europe. We're going to play way much better against Congo. That you say.
Yeah, exactly. But I wouldn't play against Martinique, right? I wouldn't play against Martinique or Grenada.
His point is completely separate to yours. You are saying the matches are irrelevant. He's saying we could have had better matches to better prepare us for the March window. You never did say that, Pressa. You just are saying matches in general are irrelevant.
At the end of the day, more than likely, they would assemble a JPL squad. Say if a Brazil them would have played, nothing can make a difference. But Jason, go through.
Yeah, no, all I was gonna say was a couple of things that you guys saying can be true at the same time, right? Dicanio is right when he says this game was gonna happen regardless. It's budgeted in the year's budget to have a game, 2 games around this time for the local staff. So I don't have no issue with the games themselves. All I will say is anybody arguing and saying that these 2 games with the squad we'll have and the opponents we'll have are gonna help us in any way in March, you guys aren't really telling the truth. Because at the end of the day, when I asked Speid about it, this is what he said to me. This is a test run for me and my staff, right? More than anything. It wasn't about players. The players were going to get the games anyway to get the exposure, to get some experience. But in terms of looking forward to the 2 games we have in March, he said that it's a test run for him and his staff to get in game situation and see how they react, right? Well, how can you truly do that if only 2 of the 4 staff is there? That's my biggest issue with it. If the game is for the preparation of the staff itself in real time, I would love to have all the staff there so that you can, work together and see what you're good at in the moment. But he'll only have Aaron Lawrence with him. He won't have the other 2. So that's my major concern. The staff that you're preparing and saying you need preparation with is not with you. So that is my biggest, that's what I don't like about the situation. That's all.
And that's a valid, honestly, Jason, that's a very valid point. I can't really detest to that. And I think that's something that Pressa had said before, regarding the staff not being there. But I really don't know why, what was the reasoning. Maybe it was the same resources.
Dicanio shed some light on it today. He said the contract was just for the 2 games. I never heard anybody say that. I mean, I know that they're employed.
Listen to me. The only person that they said was effective immediately, a coach.
No, man, Dicanio. Hold on, Dicanio. I can't correct you. I can't tell you how I can correct you, but he is actually.
When they report say Rudolph Speid are gonna be interim coach, they never report say Miguel Coley was the coach. Them say them are work on it.
No, hold on, Dicanio. I correct you. So right. I can assure you that Miguel Coley is actually an active. He's actively the assistant coach right now.
He's already started working. That's not.
He's already started working already. Yeah, he's already started. I can. He's at his club. He's working at his club now.
Exactly, dog. So there has. Do you know the terms of the contract when signed with Reggae Boyz?
No, I don't know the terms of the contract, but I can just
actively at 2 work him up then.
Yes, he has 2 works right now. Yes.
So if you have the 2 work, then, right? He's currently at his club. You still can't expect the man for there. So Pressa's point is irrelevant. There must have been there must have been a clause in his contract where JFF already knows it, right? He's going to be working for his club up until the point of March.
Okay, so if that's the case, if that's the case, fine. Well, when Speid is asked about the game, don't tell me no crap about it's to prepare my staff and everybody. Your staff ain't there. So how much preparation can your staff do if they're not beside you in the moment that attack happen, and you turn and look at him and say, oi, go on. He's not there to do that.
What would you have preferred him to say?
Just say what it is. Say what it is. Say what it is, Dicanio. Say it's games that we were always gonna play, and it has no bearing on the March games because it doesn't. How can you?
That's what I am saying. That's what I, as Gunnaz and Dicanio, think it is. Games that were already going to be played. But him as a national team head coach, if he's being asked, right, if you are in his shoes and there's no other way for you to prepare for these type of games, as Shamar just stated, try get a game for Bolivia. And then could get it, Panama get it. So if them are the only 2 games where the federation could have get to help him as a coach to try ideas, then him just have to just tell it true.
But the point still stands. Whether it was Bolivia, Brazil, Argentina, the main core of the coaching staff isn't there to help him prepare.
And it doesn't matter. He's the head fucking coach. Yeah, the other rest of them there to help him. But he is the head. At the end of the day, when a team
so Dicanio, why do coaches have assistants? When a
team sheet drop, we have a cuss if we fail.
Why? It depends, because we used to cuss Coley when he wasn't the coach.
Only now cuss Miguel Coley right now if Jamaica got the grade 6 years.
No, I'm saying we used to cuss Marion Garden when there was other head coaches. So you don't know.
Over a period of time, we start cuss Marion Garden.
All I'm saying is that has happened before. That has happened before.
Make you think objectively now. When Marion Garden just come in the first 2 games, we would not have blamed Marion Garden for no sort of result for the Reggae Boyz get.
No, but Dicanio, are you me here? But are you me here say nobody now go blame the assistant, you know? And we actually have evidence that we have done that. So you can't
in his first 2 games. In his first 2 games, he blame Marion Garden in the first 2 games.
Brother.
The first 2 games the Reggae Boyz lose under Marion Garden are have a disappointing result. Whether we did win and play bad, did you blame Marion Garden? No. So in a Miguel Coley first 2 games, no matter what happened, none of we would have never blamed Miguel Coley. And Rudolph Speid get the whole life blame and the GFM.
So if that's the case, why does he think he needs assistance then? Because basically I made the argument say, brother, they're just the assistant. So why they gotta be there?
What's the importance?
So why would you ever have an assistant then? You would never have one.
Can I say a few words?
I'm not saying that he doesn't need an
Hold on. Somebody else wants to say something.
But you're gonna ask me a question.
Got you, Kanki.
Somebody else want to go through.
So it's an interesting conversation about who to blame who. I think the facts and circumstances determine where accountability resides, right? So in Marion Garden's case, the coaches who came in weren't familiar with Jamaica, weren't familiar with the players, so Marion Garden played a more important role. Rudolph Speid is supposed to be, he's been here for a while, he's supposed to know the players, know the landscape, know the culture, know everything.
Exactly.
So it all resides with him. And he's also was part of McLaren's staff as he called it, technical advisor. He was there to assist, not insist, as he puts it. So in essence, he owns this, right? He owned the hiring of the coach, even though he's talking about the coach is a committee involved in selecting the coach. My intelligence says he owns that, and he will own if we don't make it to the World Cup. He owns it.
No one is going to curse Miguel. I promise you. If we fail, nobody now curse Miguel. People goodly say, yo, dash with Speid and give him Miguel. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but that's not like a drop the mic. That's not like
preparation games are not. It no matter if Speid said him want Miguel as him assistant coach in March, but Miguel is not available now. Speid still have to do him work. If Speid thinks that these 2 games are gonna help him prepare, then him just do it. Even though
what does that
I
mean?
think these games would have been played anyway because every year we'll play 2 games against Caribbean opposition at the start of the year. So I don't see the relevance of this conversation just because him says it's in preparation or it is to help him.
So if you're preparing for an event, don't you need the product that you're going to be utilizing for that event? Do you need the tools for that event? Is it the same tools we're using or different tools?
True. But at the end of the day, if you don't have the tools to work with, you have to try and do something other than sit on your ass. If you
so I laid out a framework, but I think Rudolph should have adopted, which he didn't, about how she go about this. He's not going about it the right way. He should have been engaged. Rudolph does not know the players. I don't care what anybody says. He doesn't really know the players. Because if you say you know the players, that means you have a relationship with them, you engage with them. He doesn't have that kind of relationship with those players. Rudolph standoffish in terms of those play engagement historically. So if you don't know the players, you want to get them for a day or two, and you have made any attempt to get to know them, to engage them, to provide them with insight and perspective, to give them information, to inform them about the opponents you're going to be playing, what your methodology you're going to employ, what strategy you may want to employ, who's going to sit where, how's that going to work when they come to see you? And a lot of them come in after they finish playing games, so all they're doing is recovery. They ain't playing no football.
Cranky, we can ask a question. You said, Rudolph, let me be gentle. You said Mr. Speid doesn't know the players and he doesn't have the relationship with the players. Can I ask you a question? What are the players are you talking about?
I am talking about most of the players. I'm talking about all the English-based players.
Can you name names?
Okay, all the English-based players. All the English players. All the English players. Which relationship Speed I was any English player? Tell me which player my relationship with. My relationship with Russ, my relationship with Bobby Reed, and my relationship with tell me when Campbell.
All right, fine. But hold on now. I hear a interview that he done with World Chris. Everybody hear about interview. And then he make an analogy, talk about a boat sink. And when the boat sink, some people drown. So I don't know who drowned. Him never give no names. You understand? But him say some people drown. I must say, what you mean? He said leave it at that.
No.
Some people drown. So we don't know who are the players that we supposed to have relationship with. He might have relationship with some people and who not the relationship with drown. I'm just assuming.
Tiga, talking loud
yes,
is
sir.
not going to help the situation. Listen,
it's not being loud, but I'm just saying some people drown. You can't say now the relationship. Who you might think him a relationship with drown.
Will you listen,
Tiga?
Will you listen?
Let me turn it down.
Just listen.
Yeah.
So if he's saying that he's going to bring new players in, I'm aware of who may come in. I'm aware of all the players may come in. He doesn't know those players either. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Whether they are new players coming in or old players, he doesn't know them. My question is, what am I doing? What am I preparing these players for? What am I preparing them for? They're not playing. Rudolph Speid has made his mind up. He's going to get the best players he can who are available to come play for him, which means it's going to be mainly walkthrough you're doing. You're not going on the field and doing a lot of football. Whatever strategy he's employing, I have no idea what it entails. So let nobody fool you. Okay? There's about 5 or 6 players he's trying to get. We'll see if he gets them. Some of them will come in. And those players are not coming in to sit on our bench. They might come start. Most of them might come start. So when do you have time to know those players either? Have you engaged them before March? Have you talked to them? Have you sent them information? Have you given them information to go scout the teams they may be playing? What have you really done? Do you have a Zoom call with all those players? With your 24,
we don't know, Cranky. Cranky, we don't know. We don't know what he's doing right now.
I know. We actually do know. We actually do know. He said that he hasn't reached out to players yet because he's waiting for a certain time. He wanted to wait until after this game. It's going to be closer to when they actually, make the calls and decisions. He didn't want to reach out to players, have them think they might get called and then not call them. So that's what
I hear the Italian coach saying, the Italian coach who knows his players, who said to him, he's going to be traveling where all his players are to engage with them. Let me say this again.
And to
the tools say more travel, going to meet up with all and play them. What are we talking about?
And to be fair, he did also say when he was going to reach out that he would be traveling to that side of the world to go and talk to players in person as well. So
yeah, guys, no.
But he's doing it late.
T-Got, we're almost at the end of February, T-Got. Okay? How much time do you think you have left?
About 3 weeks.
No. The clubs have to be notified in about a week.
So who said the clubs have been notified yet?
I'm not saying
making an assumption now.
The squad will have to be almost pretty much finalized in about 7 to 10 days.
No, coach. When you think Rudolph Speid about announce or notify a team about a player until the last possible moment that he has to do it? When you think he might do it a week in advance or who would do that?
Dicanio, we won't. No. We won't know Dicanio. But the thing is, the clubs have to know by a certain time.
Yeah, but you not give them that information in advance. You will give them the information the latest possible time that you can.
You're right.
Sure.
That's like when the man name the side. JFF never do nothing on time. Them always do it right on the due date. You understand? So if it's due tomorrow the 21st, they might do it tomorrow the 21st.
I could understand that when we're talking about a squad of 26 or whatever it's gonna be. I could understand that for maybe 8 of the players. But I would think right now, today, surely he would know at least 15 to 18 of the players he's picking.
Yeah, it depends. If some of the players get their papers, right? Because the papers are important for some of the 5 or 6 players. So if they get their papers, that affects the numbers that you're gonna have in your squad, right? If the players that have been talked about come in, most of those players are gonna add to either the starting team or on the bench. I don't think there's any player coming in who will not be part of the 23 if they come in. At least
Frankie,
the
since
number.
I've been here right now,
Yeah.
we still get back on topic. But more, what do you think about the Vinicius Junior situation? Already?
Well, I did one video on it, and I heard Maverick video, and I dropped the company one. I think company was probably Vincent Company is probably the best of everyone that I've heard so far.
Mhm.
I look at it different ways. I think obviously racism is a huge issue societally, not just in terms of football. Football is just a symptom of a larger problem. I do think the authorities, who are not black, most of them, haven't done the best job of putting in detective or preventive measures to ameliorate or remediate this problem, and it will continue to exist. But I do think that we as black people have to take back that power. And what do I mean by that? And Maverick said something, but I think the way he put it didn't resonate with people. He said Vinny ball too much. I think that's nonsense. I think if somebody call you the N-word or say something about your mom, it engenders certain emotive reaction. I think what we need to do, though, just like how blacks take the N-word, sort of make it their own, even just like hypocritical, we have to get to the point where you're not a monkey, you're not an ape, and you have to diffuse that. I know somebody uses power over you. So if you don't touch me physically, you can say whatever the hell you want to say. It's your prerogative. I'm actually going to laugh at you. If you call me an ape, I may call you a cheetah. And in fact, I think Neil deGrasse Tyson, I talked about the historical anthropologists who create this narrative about black people and about apes. But when they check the DNA, I think it was about 3% maybe for Caucasians and 0 for blacks. So we don't have that affiliation with apes. People say we do. And so in essence, we need to diffuse it and make it powerless. We're making it powerful.
That's what I think.
Frankie, hold on.
My show. I'm a DJ. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna piggyback right now. See, that is my exact point. I'm always what I'm gonna say. Since it's been a recurring problem, Vinicius Junior won on that day. He scored the winning goal. When it happened, him just don't score. Opponent to try getting him it. He's richer than the player. Him more than likely to attract more girls than the player. He is the winner in every sense of the way. And I think we'll victimize and make the situation. And I'm not saying racism is real. But if I am the winner like Vinicius Jr. is the winner on that day, me a fire back at him. If him say something to me, I say back something back to him. If him call me a monkey, me a call him a short midget. Me a call him a broke pocket midget. He's short, right? No short person likes to be called a midget. Fire back in some way, shape, or form. And then if him want to complain to referee, then you say, well, look when him cover up his mouth and call me a monkey. What did he say when he cover up his mouth? Me call him a midget. Because he cover up his mouth and call me a monkey. At some point, we have to take control of this situation. I couldn't agree with you more. I not say the player weak. I not say, I not go to the extent where Cranky go to say him an idiot. Not Cranky, my bad. Maverick say him an idiot. But we have to take control of the situation. You see, they not affect my bread. You not hurt me. What you said to me can't matter, especially if they're in a better situation than you, bro.
But let me ask a question.
Hold on there. Let me just say something quick before.
1 second.
Let me say something quick before the point disappears now. All right. Let's look at the situation. All right. First of all, I'm against racism in any way, shape, or form. Let's look at the situation step by step. Vinny scored a goal. Good goal. He went to the corner flag, do what he was supposed to do. You understand? He might gyrate on the crowd. You understand? And then after that, he might do something else with him jersey. Him get a yellow card. He was provoking the crowd, right? Him coming at the center circle. Him and the Argentine had an argument. And then the Argentine put him thing over him mouth and say what him have to say. Then him run to the referee like a girl. Him started it. And then when it get to him run to the referee like a girl. What about the thing?
I have a question.
I don't think he started. I don't think celebrating in front of a crowd is grounds for racism. I don't think that's where I disagree.
No, but hold on. If you start throwing stone in a glass stone, they're gonna throw back stone at you.
The main issue I have with this whole thing is that it's a big accusation and people automatically take Vinicius' side. It's just like, oh, if a female accuses a man of sexual assault, everybody just assume that the female is right, which in many cases that's not the case. You have many
the circumstantial evidence different.
Can I jump in for a second?
But listen, the mere fact that it's an accusation, it's not proven as yet. So why take the accused side?
No.
Stop 1 second, 433. So the kid came out and said he called him an homophobic
call him
versus race, which means it's the same thing in terms of how they view it in those circles, right? He used the words to call mono or something versus what Vinny's thinking it is. I don't think he's telling the truth, to be honest, based on how he phrased it. He's trying to make it lesser, but he made it just as bad in terms of what he's saying that he did. So he did something which is egregious.
What I'm saying, call Vinny?
The man finished no person.
Like a homosexual or something like that.
You call him the F word. You call him the F word. You call him the F word. He said that you called him the F word.
Him date men. He dates men. He dates transgender people.
Vinny, no, you're confusing Vinny with Mbappe.
No, there was a video pictured.
I haven't heard any video of Vinny. Don't create stuff.
Hold on, Presser, look at this, right? The minute you decided that, I remember, if you watch about the interview, he was talking to Vinny, with his mouth uncovered. And then when he said the remark, he made sure that
the mouth. Yes.
His mouth was uncovered initially, and then when he was going to say something else, he made sure that he covered his mouth.
Exactly.
So you defending him now, Presser, you don't know if what the player said.
Bro, if you talk regularly,
cover your mouth, it is something that you're something that you don't want to know lippery that you read. Hold on, Presser. Me know what you're going to say now. We see football games where players do it all the while, but guess what the difference between this now? He was talking to Vinny with his mouth uncovered for a good while, and then all of a sudden, him cover his mouth and say something to Vinny.
And Vinny run off same time.
And if you think about it as well, Presser, at the time when he covered his mouth, Vinny never see him cover his mouth because Vinny was in front of him. So it's not like Vinny can say, oh, you cover your mouth, so we can tell them, say, yo, yes, it's something racist.
I hear him hear something.
I hear Vinny hear something.
I do think we also got to think about he's Argentinian, and Argentina has done their best to get rid of the black race.
Exactly.
Argentina had a decent amount of black, for a while, Look at the last couple of centuries where the black population is in Argentina. They've been marginalized. They've been made destitute. So it's not like, it's probably ingrained in the culture. We saw what Enzo Fernandez and when they sang about black players from France when they won the Copa a couple of years ago. So some of these things are not just happen by chance. They happen because of history or culture, and they get comfortable. But when they leave their environment, they don't realize that you're not in Argentina anymore. You're in a larger world and you have to operate accordingly. We don't know what he said. So as Pressa is trying to allude to, and I think you guys should watch the Vincent Company interview.
It's really good in terms of how he positioned it. It's kind of funny because,
I think Company did a good job.
I'm not really taking any side in this because, not because Vinny said the man called him monkey, all of a sudden me just go say, oh, the man called him monkey. And it's kind of, this is a very unique thing. I know for sure in Italy, they're very racist. Even you see Lukaku get racially abused by his own fans. But as Mourinho alluded to, every time it comes down to Vinicius Jr., yes, Raheem Sterling, he has had interactions with racist people, but not to the extent of Vinny. Jude Bellingham, I've never heard Jude Bellingham being racially abused by anyone. I've seen multiple black players that play across in Europe.
All right, hold on, Pressa. Pressa, I can tell you this. Hold on, Pressa, I can tell you this. Jason, hold on, Jason. Hold on, Jason. Pressa, I can literally tell you this. There have been players in England, black players, they've told me that they have been racially abused already, but they just don't want to say anything because they know nothing won't happen, don't come out of it.
Listen, I will state this very clearly. I could care less if somebody called me a nigger or a monkey. It doesn't affect me.
It doesn't affect you, but you don't know how a next man feel, Pressa.
I don't think it should affect anyone. It's like a man call you gay, you know, say you're gay, move on.
Come on, I agree.
What's the difference?
No.
Let me ask you
Look at Dicanio, hold on, Pressa, Dicanio. We come from a society here in Jamaica where we are get tell about appearance from before we start work. We own appearance, I tell about appearance. Them when they are going in a culture where they are not accepted. It is evident that they are not accepted.
True.
The only reason why they are being accepted is because they are talented. The minute something go wrong, the whole life turn over. We saw what happened with Benjamin Mendy. Up to this day, Benjamin Mendy cannot come back. The so-called biggest football star in the world, not the greatest player, but the so-called biggest star was accused of the same thing that Benjamin Mendy did. And look at his status compared to Benjamin Mendy right now.
Call him name, man. Tell Ronaldo of Las Vegas and get himself natural and get off.
So you might look at it, Pressa, now and say, yo, it shouldn't matter. As me always say it, if me got them country, me got to play them country, and a man call me monkey, me got to do so. All right, me general, I go on.
Yeah.
But they cannot look for the next man's situation and then judge that. Because you don't.
I have a very
Yo, Xavi.
You may have heard about Ronaldo, which is Ronaldo paid off. Ronaldo paid out money.
Let me just
Ronaldo
say
paid out money for a situation, didn't he?
Controversial question, right? Let's say that he did call Vinny a monkey. Can a human being resemble a monkey? Or can a human being resemble?
I don't think you get the point over here.
No, just
Bro, he might try for
can a human being?
Bro,
fix up your light so I can tell you. Fix up your light, I mean tell you.
Can a human being resemble a monkey or an animal?
No, bad man. But you just approve the man point that in a Jamaica we have this culture where even we call one in a monkey and it's not a problem.
Exactly.
So what you call a monkey and it wasn't in the
listen to me now. The meaning in Europe is different. The monkey term in Europe is not just a man tell your dog say, oh, you actually look like a monkey. The meaning is derogatory. If it come from a white man, guys, when a man just don't score a goal, and he might try to get in an head or something, it's not similar to us in our culture, dog. And as Shamar say, it opened my eyes to a point where I think I did understand, but I fully get it now. Some of them, they might fight their entire life to be seen, dog, and the only reason why they are seen is because of them talent. So, always feeling oppressed. Any little thing you get will make you just feel like you're being oppressed. You go on to either talk about it or go in your shell depending on the person. No soccer.
No, but there's clearly, but they can't look on it. There's clearly a different set of rules when it comes on to players, right? Because look on this. Nobody ever said, why does Jamie Vardy always mess with the opponent's crowd? Them say, yo, we love the banter. Jamie Vardy is a legendary what you call it now? Shit whatever.
Him troll, right? Him always a troll opposition crowd.
Right. He is seen as a legendary troll. But when Vinny do it, why him don't stop do that? Why him don't just run back and go up to the half line and stop?
That question.
It's a different set of rules, brother.
But Jason, have you ever heard of Neymar being racially abused?
Of course.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yes.
Every black player was racially abused.
Hold on. I have a serious question.
Hold on. I don't want
to when you start watching football. Pressa, when you start watching football, realistically.
Hold on.
Yeah, for sure.
Hold on there. Pressa, I don't want my point go ahead and start talk about something different. You mentioned Ronaldo and Mendy, right? I'm gonna ask you a question. Did Ronaldo went to court?
Ronaldo paid off the victim.
Ronaldo paid off the girl.
Yes, he paid off
no, him not pay off the girl. Because if him go in a certain country, I think if him coming to US, them are gonna try him.
And pay off the girl. Stop it.
Look,
Pay off the girl.
Tigat,
so him not
Ronaldo
go
paid
World
off.
Cup.
Me no know.
Tigat, Ronaldo paid off the girl.
Right? He paid off the girl.
Similar to what Club Shay do at the man.
Yeah,
Okay.
He just
Some
was a
guys
little bit
paid
light
more
Yo,
for
for
Mendy
Ronaldo.
went to court. Mendy went to jail, you know. And Mendy went to court. So it's a two different thing. When he went to jail, him contract with
Tigat.
One was an accusation, one was
Tigat.
Exactly.
Alright,
Exactly,
Tigat,
Dicanio. Thank you.
Tigat, Ronaldo himself admitted to getting the girl under the
but
influence.
one was an accusation and one went to whatever.
Tigat.
Listen.
All right.
Stop being loud, Tigat.
Tigat, Ronaldo came out and they said,
Let him finish.
Tigat, it came out with Ronaldo and the girl admitting the fact that Ronaldo, I don't know if it's drugged her, got her liquored up or whatever, and slept with her. It was admitted. The only difference is that Ronaldo paid off the individual.
Let me say a couple of things, guys. The monkey thing is probably more about your intelligence than about your looks, okay?
Exactly.
It's somebody denigrating your intellect. That's how you get at people. The worst you can tell somebody, you can tell them about their mom, you can tell them that they're stupid. You just think about it.
Well, Cranky,
monkey
that
thing
is
is
how
about-
you interpret it. But why is it that we have never heard in the history of life any black person calling a white person a monkey? When I think some white people stupid too.
Right, but I think what we're conflating is like a few things here. There is a hierarchy, whether you like it or not, in society, as to who's on top of the tree and who's at the bottom of the tree. So a poor white person will feel more powerful than even a rich black person. As to how he's accepted. Why do people in Jamaica bleach themselves?
And so because that's the hierarchy of the world, something, a derogatory term at me should just be kind of not really, I can't do nothing about it then, basically is what you're saying. Because there's a hierarchy in the world, and so we just need to have the order of the hierarchy and, you know.
No, that's, you're misquoting me. I think we have to take back that power. We have to change perception. We have to change mindset. You can't just acquiesce and be a victim.
So you don't think that if you feel a way about something someone says to you, how do we change? How do we get some kind of change? You don't think alerting an authority is the right way? What is the right way?
No, so there are multiple faceted ways to solve a given problem. You can fix the symptom or you can fix the root cause. We can't fix the root cause, right? It's embedded in culture. People do it. The methodology they employ to fix it is not good, right? The people who are normally committing these are of the majority persuasion. It's not us. We're not committing this situation. My point is this, is that you got to think about what's the most effective method you can use to fix the problem. Is it that I diffuse it, I make it innocuous, I do something which make, you know what, you feel stupid. It's like you have I hate this woman analogy. You have a woman, you go on away with her, you know, you call her, she not take your call. Just ignore you. And the worst thing is somebody ignore you at all. But it's a woman or anybody else, right? She has power over you when you call her. So therefore, how do we get back that power? Because we sure ain't got that power. And we've been hearing about racism from God, donkey knows what, from way back when, and it hasn't been fixed. And those guys going to be fixed. We have a racist president in the United States.
So hear this now, Cranky. So I find this line of reasoning, I will create an analogy to like crime, right? So if we know that in life, there are good people, bad people, criminals, and good citizens, right? Basically what you're saying is, if we know already that there are criminals out there, what's the point in having laws?
Right onto Alpharetta Highway.
Because we know that they're gonna because the laws are put in place as a deterrent to people to break them,
doesn't work.
right?
That analogy doesn't work.
Why doesn't it work? Why doesn't it work? Why?
But there are a couple of things. I am not saying you don't use different methodology to fix the problem. I'm not saying it's a one-dimensional solution. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying you got to think about something that's much more sustainable to fix the problem. So why are you doing search doesn't work?
Well, you know the best way. You know the best way to influence change. You hurt people's. You take away people's freedom and their finances. And so if you
No,
can't send
So,
someone
so
to
I'm gonna use
prison
your
for that,
terminology. Wait.
you
I'm
can
gonna use your
find them.
terminology.
You can
Wait,
find
no, I
them.
can use
And
it.
if you
No,
get
I can use your
fined enough,
terminology. No, but
if you
Jason,
get
use your
fined enough,
terminology. Jason,
you probably won't do it anymore because you don't like to lose money.
No,
You have
Jason,
to
people
put
commit
something
murder.
in place.
Jason, people take
Hold
drugs into
on.
Saudi Arabia and they go to get executed and they get executed, Jason. It happens in Thailand. You take
And
drugs
I'm
and
Hold
you get
on.
executed.
Frankie.
and I'm saying
Yes. Go ahead.
nothing that you put in place will stop everyone. But
No, we
if you believe that people are just bad people and they're gonna do it anyway, then there's no need for laws. But we have them because you might be a good person, and in that moment,
Jason,
you
don't
might think
misquote me.
about
Don't
doing
misquote me.
something bad. I'm
Jason,
not
you're gonna rock
quoting
back.
you. I'm not quoting
No,
you.
no.
I'm
What
not
you're saying
quoting
is,
you.
I'm saying, no. What you're saying is this. Well, you're misrepresenting me. I am not saying society shouldn't take measures to mitigate this. I'm not saying that. I am saying what are black people gonna do to mitigate it. Don't rely upon the authorities to fix your problem, but they don't want to fix it most times. Or they give these menial punishment, 10 games. Is 10 games gonna solve it? Is 5 games gonna solve it? What can you do substantively to fix this? Not just tinker at the edges. I'm not saying you shouldn't different methods. Preventative, as Pep Guardiola says, training, he said teachers and doctors should be the criteria utilized to help fix this, which is educate people. When you educate them, and they've been talking about this for a while, it still happens. You give them punishment on the back end, people have gone to jail in Spain. People have gone to prison jail for abusing Vinicius Jr. Both probation and gone to jail for like 5 months. It's still happening. So you got to try different methods to get to some place where you're comfortable with. You probably won't eliminate it, but you can reduce it.
How I
can
see
I can I come in
I,
real quick, please?
1 second determine. Bro, from life ever exists, brother, people hate people, brother. So I don't really see measures they can put in place to stop it. Enough people me not like in our world. Sorry.
You have to just be mentally tough. You have to just go make a more man say bother you, bro. If it not bother your bread and it not physically harm you, low it, dog. You see,
But
if you
that's
see if
not.
you
But
don't in a workplace and it has stop you from all get a promotion, or it in the workplace and it has stop you from get a raise in a pay, and you can clearly say there's this disparity, or you can clearly say, yo, there's this unfair treatment, then we get that. But on a football pitch, dog, a man just sit down something for try get you off of your game. Because man, batty man when me a play man in cup. When I some uptown boy me a play against, we get in the mid. You see me? But thump up some boy and hold on pan them and say, little boy, you fought pon them when you kill me, I kill little boy. I'm gonna out your mother. Brawling, me tell them man that dog. And after match, me really mean that me I'll go after match and tell them, hush dog, a ball game this bro. You see me? This not significantly affect you if a man call you monkey on a football pitch after you just score a goal. You're richer than him, you're taller than him, you can attract more bitches than him. What? If that not supposed to hurt you, bro, in my mind, you're mentally weak, dog.
No, Dicanio, I don't agree with you. I think we all receive we all receive information differently and we all use it differently. So I'm not gonna say that. Go ahead.
Determine. Go on.
Okay, so for me, it's simple, right? Whenever you decide you had enough, because this will never stop, is when you decide to stop. When you look at the league, we have almost 60% or 70% of Negroes in that league. And if you look at a man like Dangote, the richest man in the world, same thing that they do in UAE. You come together as one and you create your own. This is the only way this thing will keep. I don't feel sorry for any of them. They're millionaires. They can create their own if they want to.
I have a problem with when we always equating things with
I kind of
money.
disagree with that. I not say you
Why
can't
do we
create
always go to the
but you say,
monetary element to substantiate or point to say he's rich, so therefore he don't have feeling. He's rich, so therefore
you
you
say
don't
that you're
want to
not
be able to
feeling
get
sorry
over
for
it.
them. I think that's a bit of a because you determine you can't just get up tomorrow and be like, oh, you just create the next Premier League in Africa. It doesn't work like that. They must play them trade where it is best suitable right now financially until somebody comes up with that bright idea and invest that much money, and then you have the quality players that equate to the Premier League or even better. So I think it kind of harsh to say you don't feel sorry for them. But
it's not harsh because you have to start somewhere. This is why I say you go for the richest people in the world. Dangote is the richest man in the world. Black man in the world.
determine. It goes back. We're saying that but we keep on trying to ignore the fact that we don't know how the players themselves feel about the situation. That's the biggest thing, you know. I mean, here Dicanio say, you're not supposed to feel away. But Dicanio, again, we come from Jamaica. No, we're not rough like Jamaica, brother. Me not think nowhere rough, not a certain when it come to certain things, brother. Because again, your parents, your own mother, I tell you about your mother. So you grew up on that, but just imagine you're going in a culture now where no matter what you do, we can just imagine where the players them are go to when them up on the road. Yeah, they might reach. Me hear rich people come out and say, yo, they're not happy. So money, you see, people with money is not all to them. They want to feel accepted, they want to feel happy, they want to feel comfortable. So me can't go around and say, yo, the player feelings no come into play. Because obviously it come into play because initially the player them are banter with each other. You see the thing with Otamendi. Otamendi I show him the World Cup tattoo on him chest. And he never feel no way. So obviously he can take bantering. Or maybe some things is where he draws the line. You cannot be disrespecting people. So that's what I mean. You have to understand that aspect.
Stefan, the way me see
bless up to the man, them. Bless up to the man.
King, as Frankie always say, when you go low, I go lower. So if me up on the
No, you.
Man have some seat, dog. If a man tell me that I hurt my feeling, but
listen, if I am on the pitch, I feel like if Vinny says something to me,
and I saw things change.
If Vinny says something to me, I'm feel like say yo, be more disrespectful or try to hurt him.
Yeah, brother.
Then I drop me some more.
Call man a broke midget.
Well, even worse than that, but go through.
A broke midget or something else, whatever you know hurt them. Because two of them speak. Well, he must speak some sort of word.
I must say, all that I get, I see human beings I don't see human beings as ever being close to being perfect or whatever the case is. I have accepted what the earth is and what human beings are. I'm gonna see that change, brother. You see me? I say, if a white man don't like me, then I just bro. Me not go try change nothing for the man like me. If an Indian man don't like me, just accept it, bro.
Yeah, it's not a matter of liking, brother. Yeah, you still have to have something. You have to like, you know,
So I'm gonna jump off and I'll say one thing before I go, which is when you grew up in Jamaica, what you see around you are people who look like you, who've achieved, and they have the same persuasion that you do. You can see people who are doctors, lawyers in different positions, and it seems natural. So therefore, that mental barrier may not be there for you. You know that education is the key to your success. There's certain environment that people grow up in. And I was born in the UK, so I have a lot of relatives in the UK. And a lot of them have not done well. The school system is horrible. The setup is horrible. The racism is horrible. And it's institutionalized. It's systemized. And when it is that way, it prevents you from elevating yourself. So we can be critical of some people in certain environment about how they react to certain situations, but everybody receives information the same and they disseminate it differently. My last point is this: in Brazil, which is also have racial problems, they are becoming much more stringent about their laws. And I was in my video I dropped yesterday. A lady was in Brazil from Argentina, which is really interesting. She and her friends, they're in a bar. And something happened in the bar, and she walked away doing monkey sounds and monkey gestures. She is now wearing a bracelet. She was locked up, and she making a prison sentence. So they're having zero tolerance to that. So I am not saying that we shouldn't have penalties for being racist and calling somebody a racial name. What I'm saying is that we're thinking about different methods to address this because it's not going away. And if you're using the same method to fix the problem, it's not being fixed, try something else. Bless up.
Big up, Cranky.
King, where are you?
Yeah, big up to everybody on the stream. I think I'm first time over here or in a minute. Big up on yourself, everybody over there. Big up to everyone in the comment section as well, people that like up the stream. Big talk when I make since night. So, so since this happened, I think everything what everybody says since night, I've been going through the whole of the thought process. From thought process, like we have to start thump them down, which me think say that now got benefit with because at the end of the day, if Vinny they thump him down, Vinny will get like a 8 match, 10 match or a season, but that
but at the end of the day, if you thump him down, it amplify how it make you feel. So if you thump him down and you get the 10 match ban, if you're so serious for thumping down after him say that and you accuse him of racism, if them give him a 10 match ban, how much him would have to ban the man for racism?
Yeah, but we all know say it no fear because I think there's a similar incident like that.
The Kanye, them not go ban him.
Bro, listen to me. Pan a big
Yeah.
stage like UCL, knockout stage. If Vinny hear the man say that and thump him down.
No, hold on.
No, Dicanio,
Dicanio, we have to be Dicanio, we have hold on, Dicanio, we have to be.
When the guy did tell Zidane about him mother, and Zidane bucked him down.
Bro,
did the guy get the penalty?
That time the racism even take serious in a football like how racism take serious.
No, but that wasn't the case. I never about him mother.
I'm sister.
From them time, them a talk about saying no to racism.
More everything go through.
It never been taken serious, bro. I want the people start go jail for racism in a 2020.
Go watch it, King, go through. Cause I think the most nonsense
Zidane
thing
time
what them
they
do.
never get taken serious.
Hold on, make King go through. More everything.
Yeah, man. So I start with that. I say that now go work. Cause as the cranky I say, we need a permanent solution. You know, say what the me I made it in the realest way. And when I think about is, all right, a monkey chant. When you call somebody a monkey, like why does that offend me? Again, me travel and understand where it come from. One thing say we're programmed in a way it affect we. Because look at this. The man who call me a monkey, you know, is way more stupider than even. We are calling me a monkey. Obviously, I'm a human being. You calling me a monkey, there's something wrong with you. So,
hold on.
Primary school.
Hold on.
Man, be now wait, make him finish.
All right.
Yeah, so what me I say is come like out there primary school and somebody a tease you. How do you get over that tease there? I don't think you're getting over that tease there is teasing by the person. You know? Getting over it is ignoring. Now I understand the point where people are saying you can't just ignore it, But in my opinion, that relates to words specifically, that monkey something that we have to start ignoring now. Because one, I don't think it makes sense. Like calling me a monkey, me can't understand how is that. How that bother me personally. You get me? I say you are calling me a monkey, I eat that. No, things like things how black people or people of color are being marginalized. Them things
exactly.
It's really there.
All right,
why we can't be? Why we not see more black managers?
Can
why we
I
not see more
answer
black
please?
owners?
All right,
Something that's serious thing.
you can ask that question.
We have to start look past the words.
Balpri, hold on, Balpri, can I ask that question?
The actual actions. You see me?
Balpri, can I ask that
Answer
question?
please.
Hold on, Balpri, ask that question. When they are group, when a man tell you SYM, you feel a way though?
Yeah, it feel a way.
All right, well, hold on. All right, hold on, ask that question. Hold on, ask that question now. No, I'm gonna say something now. You know, say most places overseas, when you go overseas and you tell somebody SYM, them look on you like you're weird.
Yeah, prove Balpri point.
No, my point is that you don't know how it affects somebody from a different culture. Again, we are coming from a culture where it may not affect us because of how we grow. Brother, we go to school and people are call we monkey from back in them time. All type of difference, brother. So we might use to it. You don't know what the next man is feeling.
Wait, who is Chevron?
Yeah, Chevron.
What is that? The fact say we are used to it.
Gentlemen, can I respond to him, please?
That means so we suppose we can at least teach these people how to deal with it then, or how to get over it. Me have an example, but me I make Balpri. Who you did say for talk while ago before me share the example?
No, King, you finish.
Let me finish, because I think I'm being misunderstood. You know, no, I understand. Say it's deep into the roots. Because people are telling me to read my roots. I know my roots. A Rasta, I grew up as a literal Rasta. I grew up in my roots.
I can't wait.
Now, the thing when me I focus on, you know, is that this thing won't change. Me I tell you, it won't change. It won't stop. Bro, no matter what them say no against, no matter which campaign, it never stop. So how do you put a stop to it? As I say, I go through the whole of things them way you think about can doing, and none of them something never stop it. The only thing, that specific thing we have to stop, we have to ignore that part there and focus on the real issues at hand. And the real issues at hand is what the actions them, not the words. We have to ignore the words them and focus on the action. That me thinking at the end.
Gentlemen, I beg 30 seconds. Please, I beg you. So, King, no disrespect, but your answer is very ignorant. If you have never been around this, like we come from Jamaica, this is nothing to us. Let me tell you something, bro. I work with a lot of Latinos and white people. And one of my boss come from Peru. Peru is South America. I want you to listen to me clearly, bro. Botown, right? Listen to me clearly. My boss is black, come from Peru, and about three black person in the company. Everybody is a pure Latino. And one of the guy one day called me a monkey. Are you from Jamaica, right? Me, man from Jamaica, called me a monkey. But me live in America for 30 years. And me know that this monkey thing amongst Latino, that's what they call black people. Are they his, right? White people call us nigger. Most Latinos call us monkey. It's a serious thing in South America. I know Europe, but they call the monkey and then his, right? So, bro, you cannot downplay this. This is a serious thing. To those black folks who live in Europe and live amongst Latino, and when them his and call them monkey, it is a serious thing, bro. It's worse than suck your mother. Okay, so when we go to my boss and tell him, right, one of the guy, he sat me, he said, oh, hell no, I'm not playing that shit. I'm from South America, I'm not playing that shit. And he called the guy, I'm fine right away. I'm fired 2 of them. He said, he said, man, we don't play that crap, man. Bro, that monkey thing is a serious thing among pretty
So
black
no
people.
for cut here, no, my
Not
general. No
because
for cut
we
here.
not used to it. Don't play it.
No,
It hurts some
general.
people. And people
My
is not
general, I
weak.
understand where I come from. My general, I understand, and I think everybody understand that. But the
No,
point
bro,
we are
you
make is
don't
that
play it. Because it was never used to you. It was never used at you. I
my
mean, every
general,
30 years, I mean,
with
understand it,
all due
but we towards
respect,
black people.
with all due
So
respect,
ignoring it, bro,
with
is
all
not
due
an
respect, my
answer. You
general,
can't ignore
with
it. You
my
can't ignore it,
general,
bro.
Listen, me not think
don't
you can.
assume some I live it.
But listen, I don't
Don't
think you
assume some
can.
I don't live it. Don't assume
But
some I
don't
Listen,
tell
don't
the
live it.
next
Germany,
man say
Here's my
if
point. Hold
you
on the
ignore it,
person. Let
I
me make that
weak
point
and
there real quick.
stupid.
but
Right?
Germany, I don't
My
think you
general,
can.
we have
I
to
don't
think
think.
about permanent solutions.
Yeah, but
And
permanent solution is not
part
to ignore it.
Yeah, but
all right, so give
Germany,
me a
I
permanent
don't think.
solution then.
But one second, I don't think you can dictate to a next human being just because them no live a experience. Say, oh, them can't have an opinion on it. I think the whole racism thing is, again, if it happened to me, me play it down. It doesn't affect me. A man calling me a nigger or a monkey. I'm sorry. Me bigger than that. You see me I say, who's the next white person if you try to insult me? Me just insult him back. You see me I say.
You know what I find hilarious about systemic racism? Not hilarious, that's the wrong word. But what I find
And
kind of
hold on. Why we
intriguing.
act like
Wait,
white
no,
people?
Before you stop me. Why is it that as a race, right? Normally, black people are the ones going to the authorities saying, this person called me that this person did something to me. Why we as black people have to be the ones to have a round table and come up with a solution when we ain't the one doing the problem?
Here you go. Here you go.
Why
And,
we
Sometimes
and
a
have
this
to
lot of
and
black
why
Jason
we
people
have to
they don't care about black
diffuse, we have
culture.
to
It's not
turn
their
up, we have to
business.
turn another cheek, we have to
and
do all of this.
Jason, this
But
is
we
why
ain't
I
the ones
say,
doing it, bro. We
right?
ain't the ones doing it.
We need,
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we can't keep turning the cheek. It will never
especially with
stop.
millionaires. We need to form our own. This will never stop. It's gonna come right back to the origin. You can't put Band-Aid on this. We have a lot of black millionaires in this league, and you have a lot
Mm-hmm.
of black trillionaires around the world. Not a lot, but a few.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only way. I don't feel sorry for any millionaire that can make something shake. They if they come together, they can move mountains. I don't feel sorry for them.
Yeah,
Period.
more
Yeah.
get Bam Sports
I
opinion.
am
Bam, big up
racist.
yourself. Bam there. Bam. Somebody agreed in the comment section, King. Anybody want to pick up until Bam join?
Hold on, I am
Bro,
racist.
I'm saying
Yeah,
go ahead.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it. 1 second, King. Let me hear what Umbrella say. I'm not the funny. All right, new year, go through.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Okay, go through.
Vincius is a drama queen.
Jesus Christ.
He has made an accusation against a particular player. We don't know if it's true,
Jesus.
but we're assuming it's true, right?
Let him finish. Don't cut him off. Let him finish, bro. Let the man speak.
We talk about solutions and our actions belie our words, right? Because when given the opportunity, we move to white countries, right? So if white people are these racist people, why do we move to their countries? Why do we choose to participate in what they participate in? That's an important question that we have to ask, you know.
Can I answer
Right?
you real quick?
And also, you will see, for example, Cranky talk about racism in the UK. The Jamaicans in the UK, they can move back to Jamaica, but they won't. Because white people in the UK have created a society that they enjoy. Right? And if we are so concerned about this quote-unquote racism, we should create environments where we do not have to go around with these racist people.
Oh God.
That's a solution.
But then we're going to get into a deeper problem. Because
what is the problem? What is the deeper problem?
Ourselves, we have to go elsewhere, forget it.
I mean,
Like,
to be fair,
that's our fault.
But Crispy, to be fair, Crispy, you asked the question as to why black people move to white countries. If we're gonna be honest, it's better opportunities at the end of the day. And one of the reasons one of the reasons as to why is because these same white people and Europeans historically they have enslaved black people, they have stolen from black people, and they have destabilized black countries. So
thank you so much.
I can't allow you to get that off because
he's right, Christy.
Can I respond?
He's right.
Can I respond? Jamaica, for example, has been quote unquote independent over 60 years now, right? We have the opportunity to chart our own course. What have we done? It wasn't hold on. It wasn't white people. No, I'm talking about black people in general. I'm talking about Jamaicans who are talking about this. No, we are Jamaicans. Okay, so Jamaica is a black country. So we have had the opportunity of over 60 years to create an environment where we can stay and have our economic potential materialize, and we have failed.
Christy, that didn't happen, Christy. It didn't happen. And ask me why. Ask you why we're not going to answer. But let me ask you this, right?
Sir. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
No, I'm gonna answer your question first.
No. Before you ask a question, I want to ask you a question. No. I want to ask you a question first.
No, let me finish. Let me answer your question that you asked first.
No, I want to ask you a question first.
You said people that go to Great Britain and are complain about racism, right? It was these same people that Great Britain come and get and bring us to England. They came and get us during the Windrush, right? It was these same people that come to Jamaica from America and get black workers, right? To work. Cass to build the Panama Canal, right? And then a couple years after, they turn around and treat us bad. Now, England and support. So when people are complaining, we come and build a country, and then you turn around 40, 30 years after and treat you like shit. What is wrong with that?
The people who the Jamaicans who left and go to the UK, they could have said no. Nobody forced them to go to the UK.
They went and they work and they build the country, and
they did not build the UK, sir. They did not build the UK. That's incorrect. They did not build the UK, so that's incorrect. It's a fact. It's a fact.
Hold on,
it's
Germany,
a fact.
hold on.
They did not build the UK.
Hold on, Germany, hold on. Crispy, which country you live in now?
I live in America right now.
So why?
For better opportunity.
This brother, you come and tell me no, Father God.
I am not the one complaining about racism. I am not the one complaining about racism. I'm talking about the people who are complaining.
Don't join the panel then. Let everybody else complain.
No. It's a false narrative. It's a false narrative.
So let me clear that up for a second. I don't think you guys understand what's going on in Africa, the movement that's going on there. Most of these West African countries, they're building some state-of-the-art stadiums. They have one going up in Kenya. They just built one in one right, in Muslim, where they just had the African Cup of Nations, Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast. These countries are building stadiums like no other. And then you look at the population of Africa. Most African musicians don't have to come to Europe, don't have to go to USA to make money. The population is there, and these people will support. Yes, you do have one
Mm-hmm.
and two poor countries that's there, but when we talk about the powerhouses in West Africa and North Africa, they're there to support it. So this is why I say, just because I've been around and I see it with my own two eyes, we don't need to take this kind of abuse. We choose to. To be honest, why I say that is
Also,
because we have millionaires. A lot of these guys make millions out of these English league and wherever else they go. They need to come together, form a board, and make something happen.
It's
you
easier said than
and
done.
also you have another set.
Me just say it's not gonna be an overnight thing. You see me?
You have another set
But
of black
nothing is
people that I
overnight.
want to
Look
address.
what they did in UAE. That overnight. That nothing is overnight. You got
You have
you take the
Christy, do
steps.
you come here to tear down black people tonight?
no,
Is
you
that
no
what
no
it
no
comes to?
no no. Everything must be on the
Because
table.
I think you're straying from the
No
topic. You're
no
straying
no.
from the
You
topic.
have another group of black people that I want to address. They
Right.
use racism to climb whatever financial that they want to climb, whether it is in school, whether it's in business, and they use it as a crutch, and they do not care about the average black person. They live in white neighborhoods. They live in white neighborhoods. You never see them around black people like that.
Christy, what does this have to do with
They
the topic
use
we're talking about?
racism. They use racism to climb the financial ladder or whatever ladder. For example, this guy Vinny
Christy,
here.
this sounds very much like you who left Jamaica better yourself and then
Again,
turn around across those who leave.
no, this guy Vinny here. I guarantee you that his wife is white or his girlfriend is white. I guarantee you that.
Jesus Christ. So what's wrong with that?
Oh,
What's wrong with that?
then if he's so concerned about racism, why are you associating white people at all?
And the person that abused him is a Latino. You have to understand the difference.
Again. The person who's abusing him, why he's complaining about racism?
Hold on. The person who just asked that a while ago, why would he have what if his wife is white? If he has an issue, no, if he has an issue with somebody being of a different color, wouldn't that make him racist as well?
No, but these people are frauds.
I just asked you a question.
Again, no.
Christy,
If you are concerned, if you are concerned about a particular negative thing happening to you, why would you put yourself close to that negative thing?
So you assume that the man's wife is white, right? You assume.
I can bet you. I know these people. They use racism as a crutch.
Just like yourself. You left from Jamaica for better yourself. And
they use racism as a crutch. They use racism as a crutch.
Why you move from America?
Again, I told you for better opportunities. I am not the one complaining about racism. I'm talking about the people who are complaining. If it is such a big deal, why put yourself in it all the time?
So you believe that every human being is created equally?
Yes, no.
But Presser, why are we feeling sorry for a millionaire that can make moves, like real impactful moves? I can't feel sorry for him.
Let me ask a question. When you were growing up, you had aspirations of playing football?
Of course, we all did. This is probably why we're on the show right now.
Primary or prep school, people said that you were granted the opportunity to play in an academy, probably play for the Jamaica national team. You play so good to the point where Barcelona want you. Life-changing money. Would you have declined that money?
Of course not. Who would that? But that's the point that I'm making. If you look at these guys' contract, these guys are getting paid well. They're
so because they get paid well and they're racially abused, they must not speak up.
I never said that. You're missing the point. I'm not saying they shouldn't speak up. What I'm saying is, when you are in a different status than the rest of millions of people on the I don't know who that is. I have no idea.
Yeah, break up.
No, I strongly disagree with the determined point about him not feeling sorry for them. As I say, although me say it not affect me,
misunderstand what he must say still. He never did say because he's reaching up for company. He must say because he's reaching for do something about it proactively.
And that's what he's doing. He's using his voice. If they can abuse a rich man like him, what would they do to me and you? right? He's using his voice.
Nothing.
Who
Nobody's
want to
abusing
listen
you.
to
Nobody's
left
abusing
from
you.
Jamaica
Nobody's
and play to
abusing you.
Liverpool?
Nobody's
Man,
abusing
you
you.
just say, oh, just thump down him bum. Yo, just thump him down, dog. Anybody
Nobody,
No, but
nobody's
guys, I'm
abusing
gonna
you.
tell you panel because I'm starting to get a little bit agitated.
You're doing well.
We as black people here come from Jamaica, and you have a few people in this panel. I'm very disappointed by you, you know what I mean, and by your thoughts. You're entitled to it, but for you to say he must just take it and suck it up because he's a millionaire, or say it's not his country,
But
if he just
him
suck
not
it
say
up.
that. But Jeremy,
Well,
him not say that in
let me
fairness.
not
Him
Yo,
not
my
saying
side,
that though.
pause.
He's not saying
Let's
that.
address
right?
this.
It is a very ignorant statement that a lot of you guys
Sorry.
say,
Hold up.
right? It's not correct. A lot of us
Hold up.
also never experienced that, never experienced that, right? But for Christian who left from Jamaica and go abroad to try to get a better life, maybe you have a different experience, right? Right? From a next man, but I was called a monkey before, and thank God that my boss was from South America and he did not like it, and he fired two guys right away, right? Because I live in America 30 years and I know what it means for a Latino to call a black person a monkey.
All right,
In their culture, it is a big insult to black people, and they laugh and giggle. Okay, and I learned that it's an insult to us. Gentlemen, have a wonderful.
Do we have any word that we use against whites or other group? Do we have any racial epithets that we call other people?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then we should. But I don't hear those people are having this. Yeah. I don't see other groups having this big hoopla over what black people call them. For example, I don't see it.
But then there's this whole situation as well. A lot of people, especially, I realize that a lot of people who find themselves in a higher part of society, them say black people can't be racist. And them try to give different reasons as to why black people can't be racist.
From me born and read history book, human being of different color, the same color, not like them each other, brother.
Yeah.
None of them not different. Them are the same. I say Japan historically prosecute them own people, kill off them own people. I say Singapore do it historically. Singapore was part of Philippines, if I'm not mistaken. And because of differences, brother, them kill off them each other, bro. You see me? I say hate has always been a part of us as a society. I just feel like say at one point it get too bad that them say, bro.
Let me just if you need to take off your logo off of this, take off your logo, come here, this of the body. You see me? Bro, because this brother.
But as me as a people, that's
man, don't remove me from the little boy, man. If you want any stream, yeah, come talk about remove me. If you want any stream, finish up your stream. Any stream in a year studio, and then we end my stream for this of the youth. So continue.
Me don't say me say.
All right, so you can, if you want to take off yourself, you can take off yourself from this of the youth. Now, this Batman right here, so name One Umbrella Sports and Entertainment. Him forward in our studio, right? And every time him forward, me personally kick him out. Him knows I'm gonna deal with him, and him still afford for my show. I'm gonna say nothing to him. He must say because of classism, yet you're talking about racism. Batty boy, when me just start Gunnaz, and me I build my thing in a Gunnaz. Zine people, this is why I'm gonna chat to the youth. And this is why I'm gonna deal with him. And anywhere I see him, I diss him up. And send him on their mother. You see me? Me I start Gunnaz with Pressa. Right? Pressa have film channel. Them time they were a growing nice space. You see me? We like them hotter than how they like it hot today. Hundreds of views, live viewers, and then after that, thousands of views. Right? Then the Macy Greenwood situation forward, where Pressa say what him have to say. Me never agree with Pressa, but because of my virgin and we have the same show, my channel get a hit, film channel get a hit, and we start get cancelled. No fun with they are from back, them remember that. The Batty boy they were named One Umbrella Sports, Double, was one of them people there where I push for cancel with. And people send my voice note with Theme Vice. Because Theme Vice can't hide, you know. I diss up me and Pressa. Zine. Then when him say that can't work and he can't fight to you, I was still a move, I was still a rise. him had forwarded him two-face self, I try to play a friend and squid out things and them thing the Batman. Which class is him? Little boy, anyone see me tell you, name out your big pussy, mother little boy. You know some of deal with them, you have fought for man show I try big out thing. Batty man, the name out your mother and don't fall back on my shoulder. Big and serious. You see me? You must fuck man, dog. This brother all want me for after him diss me up, you know. After him diss me up, you know, people want me to come and do things for him. I try. He must feel like say me a batty man, dog. Like I can take buyout. But he want me to do things for him and them one bag of fool and shit. You see me? Bad man, I tell you for a long time, don't deal with me, dog. I block you on WhatsApp. You have my number, I even give you that. I don't know where you get that. I'm going to block you upon that, dog. Have shame. You see it? Have shame, brother. I ban you from a studio and you fall in the comment section and chat off your thinking mode. You what? You're a big man. You don't know what for shame and accept shame. Stop seeing me, dog. I'm going to deal with you, bro, so don't deal with me. I'm not going to play two-face or friend you up when I know say I chat behind my back. And I diss me up. You even fought from my channel and diss me up one time. Them time I don't even know who you was. Precise a man use it for forgive and forget. I'm not do that. Most of them boy in a rate you, dog. Tell me I tell you that. Most of them boy you see in the comment section and rate you. And me not afraid for chat. So me fought for my platform in front of the whole like thousands of people who are going to see this. Until you go name out your mother bad man. And stop dealing with me. People, it was a good show, but we just have to just address the batty boy away forward pan. The show and try this up man thing that. And name out your mother again, brother. 20 million times. First, you can do your show. First, are you there? All right, people, it look like a person there. So for all of the 168 people that are here, big up Shavan, big up New Year, big up everybody. Zine that is on the channel, that viewed. It was a good discussion today. Big up yourself, Cranky. Big up everybody. Ball Pre, Bomb Sports, Revelation, Stammer, New Year with the year, Shavan, everybody that contributed to the live show. Big up on yourself, people. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Peace.